Okay, we're getting there now. I guess we have people in here already. And I gotta drop a link. Nope. Okay. I gotta get back to
What?
YouTube
Why?
because I changed. I went out. I have to copy my link. And I'll get it set up. Then I can close that. And then I can go down here. What in the world is that? Not my link. Oh no, I had to come over here. Okay, copy. And then I can do that. Paste. This is screwy. There's the StreamYard link. I was already feel you guys monkeyed and messed me up. Why ain't there no date on that? Okay. Morning, Ed, Henry, Ken. Okay. So what are these two links here then? I don't know.
You did your stream, right?
I think. Yeah, I did. I got going early just to get this thing set up and it's messed up. And I got my logo up there. Okay. Let's try that. Show it. There's that. Oh, Lordy. Trying to get this set all up again. All right. There's that. There's Ed. I'm getting there, Ed. She didn't have no date on this one. I guess it happened.
Yeah, Henry and I were sitting there chatting away, and all of a sudden, my phone is sitting here, and I just sent you that text message. My phone went off. I'm looking. I'm like, he ain't live. That's what I call it. I'm like, he's not live. Not on the one. Not the one that's scheduled for today.
Oh. Yeah, we got a guy in the basement, but he don't have his camera on. Turn your camera on, and I'll bring you up. Yeah, me and your brother were sitting over there on the other one talking about getting ready to go to deer camp and stuff and all that. And I'm like, Ed must have slept in. Then you're over on the other one saying I slept in.
I would.
Sandy was sleeping in until Ed called her.
As soon as I heard, oh, I'm like, oh, he's still asleep.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd answer your phone half the time.
Who, me?
Yeah.
My phone's always on. It's laying here, it never rang.
Yeah, but even when I call, she's the one that answers it.
Pretty much. Who's in the basement?
Okay, I'm awake now, Ed. I'm having coffee.
Okay, there's somebody there in the basement. And he's up there on a panel. And we got Jeff. Morning, Jeff. I'll give you some coffee. How's Jeff doing today?
Hey, what's going on, Sleeping Beauty?
Sleeping Beauty. No, I was over on another channel.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Oh,
Jeff?
just doing okay.
Yeah, it's good. As long as you got up and them feet hit the floor, you're doing good.
Yep, usually.
Yep.
Already had me breakfast.
There you go.
I had to make it myself. I got tired of waiting for you to come over and make it.
You've been waiting a long time for me.
Yeah, maybe, huh?
Pretty much.
Hey, Ed, what's going on?
Oh, not much at all, man.
You
Trying to
guys
get my YouTube side chat to work.
You guys gonna head out and do that Black Friday thing?
Nope.
Not me.
Nope. I don't need to do that.
Nah, that stuff's crazy.
Yeah, I don't see a need to get up that early in the morning and go stand there waiting for stores to open.
Right. What is that? A saw blade clock up above you there?
Yeah, that's my skill sauce clock.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's been around for 29 years.
There you go.
I got that one. I got my old farm wall clock on the other wall. I got one that looks like a barn with a tractor, small one, but that one, it stopped working. I can't get it to work no more.
Uh-huh.
I'll take that one.
A bear, huh?
But it
Don't
don't
tell
work.
me that.
It don't work.
Oh,
It quit working. But it's actually got a pendulum on it. That's a fish that swings back and forth.
that's what my one clock got, like a hay bale that swings. That's
There you
good for
go.
you.
There we go.
Didn't you buy just them pieces to put in the back to make them work again?
Yeah, I can buy one of the battery operated clock mechanisms like it's in it.
Uh-huh. So what in the world ever happened with Bama, with Doug? He just hung it up or what? I was checking out that video of his for that tractor he did for his granddaughters. That was
Right.
pretty cool. Little deal.
He put out the video of his granddaughter driving it and stuff.
Yeah.
And later on, I think that day, he put out one that he was done.
Right.
He still stops into some of the live chats, but he said he's not doing videos no more, no social media, nothing.
Huh. Wonder if something happened or what, because I really enjoyed Doug's stuff.
Oh yeah, I like Doug.
Yep. And I seen Twisted R was putting out some more stuff on his holsters and that.
Yeah, he put out a couple on his I think 2 on his holster channel.
Yeah, that thing's pretty cool.
And then I haven't heard anything from him either.
Right.
I see him on Instagram and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
not on YouTube. So yeah, Jeff said he should never move.
Huh?
Jeff said he should never moved.
Yeah, he had good service. Everything was working, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, it wasn't that good a service.
Well, we can hear you just fine. Your camera just isn't working.
Yeah, I don't know how to get this camera working. They won't go on a computer.
Huh.
Well, first it wouldn't load none of this. Now it'll load the sound.
Right.
But the phone I don't even understand because I got all the bars on now. I don't know why that won't. It just don't want to work with me.
Uh-huh.
But I guess you saw a picture of that Power King clock on it.
Yeah.
That, and for some reason my chat ain't working right. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe my phone jinxed it.
I had to close out my pop out chat from the YouTube side and then restart it.
Okay.
It wasn't working. So,
Well, when you see new people come in, call them out so I know who's in there.
well, Slimmatic, the strong one, stopped in, said hello. He just stopped.
Okay.
No, he said, "Hi, Ghost."
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
It's just there's a long leg there. I don't know if it was because me jumping from the one stream over to the other stream.
Yeah, I think that's what it was on my end too. Everything had to catch up.
That's another thing that screws me up is I go from a computer and it's like the sound in the stream itself, it races back and forth between that and the phone. Sometimes the phone will get ahead of it and sometimes the phone will fall like 5 minutes behind.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like
That big leg there.
yeah, I don't understand. It's not like one or the other does it. It's like they sit there. It's almost like a neck and neck race. Which one's going to do it all the time?
Right. Now I'm getting everybody's post in Slimmatic, and now we got Pace Melter Pros.
Oh, look, the hacker's back.
But heck,
But there's always a lag between StreamYard and YouTube.
yeah. You know, you would think that they would somehow be able to marry them together or something to where that
Yeah, right.
lag wouldn't be there.
Well, if YouTube would actually come up with a good multi-person platform to live stream from and have it right on their site, it would.
Right.
They don't. They won't. They won't do that.
Now, see, I'm wondering, Jimmy C and all of them are using that Zoom,
Yeah.
but you can't drop a link or anything like that. You have to go,
You have to send it directly to the person,
yes, to get up on there.
which would
They'd get a haircut and a shave.
yeah. That's not a bad way to do it, but like me, I don't have Facebook, I don't have Instagram or anything on my laptop.
Right.
So I'd have to hand type in like the link and stuff into my computer.
Oh, what's that new one they got now? Polar or whatever it is.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything new yet.
Yeah, they got one.
Ken, he made it. Check that out.
Yeah, I told you that.
There you go, Ken, you made it.
Yeah,
How'd you get it to work?
I updated my YouTube.
There you go.
There you go.
You're still on your phone though, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, Ed was telling me yesterday your phone wouldn't do it, and I'm like, that don't make any sense.
yeah. Must have been on an old version of YouTube. That's all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Double trouble.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I wonder if this guy's waiting for Drifty to show up again.
I don't know. He hasn't said anything about Drifty yet, but he's in here. That's Drifty's fan club.
I see you got your logo going up there.
Yeah, I was up. I was sitting here at about 5 o'clock, and I was monkeying with all this stuff, trying to get everything going. And I'm like, okay. And then Ed texts me, "You going live?" Me and Kim was already live, but we was somewhere else.
You guys were in the future, man.
You were.
Pretty much.
On Saturday night.
Yeah.
Was it the night or morning?
I don't know. I just seen the 28th.
Hey,
We're not
Mrs.
going to this one because it doesn't have no date set for it.
That meant it's today. It's not the future.
Well,
Yeah, it is.
now I had to go backwards in time to get here. What am I going to do? I lost
Hey.
that time.
That would have been after the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That whole mess would have been done.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I wanted to ask too. Is the wedding like casual, or do I actually got to dress up?
You gotta put clothes on, Ed.
Yeah, I don't know actually what they're doing. I'm just going to wear a daggone dress shirt and jeans.
All right,
That's all I'm wearing,
I think I can come up with that.
pretty much.
I gotta find you one real quick. Here.
You don't have to find me anything. I can wear a damn Hillbilly Polar t-shirt as far as I'm concerned.
Wow, that's nice.
It's not my wedding. I'm just watching somebody hang.
You're lucky she don't smack you on the head one of these days.
Well, it's our kid that's getting married, so
Yeah, but this is just a formality now.
yeah.
Heck, they got 2 kids and lived together for 10 years, so.
Well, that's why I don't understand why he's marrying her. Hell, he's done had that effort for 10 years. Why buy the milk now? It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to tackle my job for today.
Fransky, hello.
Fransky.
Bransky, how you doing?
That's a new
You
one.
backed up, Ken, ready to head?
Pretty much. I got all my clothes and everything. I just got to load the 4-wheelers yet. Pack up Nevin's stuff.
Are you leaving today?
8 o'clock, we're going to start loading 4-wheelers.
You got a whole case of shells with you?
I only need one.
You only need one?
That's it.
You're
But
gonna
I do take some extra in case I need them.
I bet.
in case somebody else needs them.
Yeah.
Aren't you gonna get 2? You're gonna cold pack a bunch, ain't you?
I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to have it done with the bow before I even get the gun out because it's supposed to rain Monday and Tuesday.
Well, I'm kind of glad you're on today, Mark.
What's that?
I'm kind of glad you're on today because then that means I don't have to go see that stupid Iron Dog bullshit over there.
Why? He got a bad channel? I've never been to Iron Dog's channel.
Yeah, he loves the drama shit.
Yeah, I'm not into that drama stuff. I do this to have fun, meet people, meet a lot of interesting people and stuff all over the world and stuff. And that drama stuff I don't get into. And then I got a pretty good hacker that comes in on me all the time.
Yeah, at least he's a good hacker.
Oh yeah,
Kind of like Casper the Ghost, huh?
yeah. He got something to do with Drifty though.
Yeah, well, we don't want to know about that.
I think he's got a crush on Drifty.
So I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I missed Lucky's live stream yesterday afternoon.
Lucky went live?
Yeah, like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. He's only on for like 45 minutes, an hour or something like that.
I didn't even see that.
It wasn't scheduled. It popped up on my phone, but I had my phone on silent because I was over at Mom's. And then by the time I got home, it was already over.
Oh, I gotta go back and look for that.
Yep.
I think Grandpa was on in the morning, and then he had a little thing of Lunas telling everybody Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I did see that. The thing at Grandpa's Adventure. I thought Grandpa was on last night.
Well, I think he took last evening off because of Thanksgiving and stuff.
I'm trying to think. I think Tampa took it for him last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa was on last night. Yeah.
Yeah, that was supposed to be just a little short stream to say hi to everybody, and it ended up being an hour and a half.
Yeah, and Pumpkin Nut was getting mad.
Yeah.
Shoot. What is his wife's name?
Mrs. Tampa?
Yeah, all I know is Pumpkinhead.
I can't remember right now. He
And
said
he
it.
said it a couple times.
Yeah.
Huh. And that got blamed on Nate anyway, so that was a good thing. How you doing, Scott?
You're flying that 88, huh, Briggs?
Yeah.
Hammering down.
Going as fast as that FedEx truck can go.
48 mile an hour.
No, he can get up to 55 now.
Yeah. With a downhill wind. How you doing, Breezy?
Shit, I can remember back when UPS trucks were not allowed to go over 55.
Right.
Well, I used to know a guy that drove for UPS in the city, and they were only allowed to make right-hand turns.
Oh boy.
I'll bet that was a challenge.
I bet.
Well, he said it worked out a lot better sometimes because sometimes there wasn't turn lanes where you had to turn, and rather than sitting there in traffic for 2 or 3 light turns, you make a right and go around the block and come right back to where you need to go.
Well, see, that's what really screwed me up whenever I first started running the East Coast over into Jersey and all that. They got them jug handles. You go to the right, go to the light, and then flip back to where you got to go.
I was someplace where they were like that too. You had to exit the highway or to go right off the exit. You actually had to go around and go back under and
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, they got a lot of that over in Jersey.
Yeah, they come up with some retarded things here.
Actually, it was pretty good because a lot of them places is pretty congested, a lot of traffic.
I want to say it was in the Carolinas or something when I was down there
Yeah, it could be.
or someplace down that way.
Hey, we got Face Melder. He's showing a hand. Oh, now he got his shorts out.
Oh, man, you scared him away.
He had his penguin out.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even see it long enough to see that.
yeah,
I just seen it before, so
yeah.
So I want to know whatever happened to the days when UPS, all they had was them F model cab overs pulling the trailers, and then I don't even know who used to make they call them the package cars.
I don't know.
Oh,
Because now you see FedEx truck. They could be Kenworths, they could be Peterbilts, they could be Internationals.
yeah, but a lot of that is they're hiring owner operators, pretty much, where they're not in the union part of FedEx and all that.
I wish they would have kept the way the old delivery trucks looked. I always thought they were pretty cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. It's funny at work. We'll get like FedEx, and UPS, and one of the other ones all there at the same time trying to back in. We only got one little door where they unload all that stuff at,
Right.
and them guys they'll back up back to back and unloading. They're running packages in, and the girls in there are like going nuts because they're trying to check packages in, and it's funny as heck.
Yep.
The company I worked for back in 2000, we used to do all kinds of shit over the LaGuardia and stuff. And there was a couple of warehouses that was like a couple blocks down on these little side streets, trying to back into them. Some of them docks with a 53-foot trailer, and you got all these little vans and shit just cut right in front of you and stuff.
You never did any of them?
Well, I came real close.
Yeah.
It's really hard when
We'll get that at work. We'll get a 53-foot truck in for a delivery, and the girls up in the mailroom will say, well, just pull down to the next big door. That's where the tow motor is at. And they'll go out and look, and they'll go back in and say, well, I can't back into that door. There's not enough room in the parking lot. They're like, no, just pull forward, and they'll bring the tow motor out and unload you out there. Oh, well, I thought you wanted me to back into that door.
Well, I gotta get off this, guys. I gotta get moving so I get not late for pack up. So
I'll
talk to
don't be
you
late.
later.
All right. Good luck, Ken.
Good
All right.
luck.
Bye.
I peeled the fender off a car over in Brooklyn one day. One rigging company I was working for, I was running it was a triaxle day cab Kenworth, 300-inch. And he had a custom built Landau trailer for it. It was like fucking 58 feet long or something.
Mm-hmm.
You get on some of them side streets. While I was on the street, we unloaded the forklift and stuff. And they says, okay, you got to go over here and pick up this machine. Well, I'm looking, it's like, how the hell do I get out of here? So I tried different ways and stuff. Because, like, the truck was 3 times longer than the street needed to be. And people used to park right up to the edge of the fucking intersection. So I finally got almost all the way around. I looked in the mirror and I could see the fender of the car. It's like, fuck me.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy over there. Brooklyn was always parking.
When we built our shop and laid the parking lot out, we had a couple guys come in that, drove big trucks.
Yeah.
And we measured out the width and everything else that they need to be able to make the loop and turn and get back out on the side street to get out. And you don't know how many times that, we'll get guys in there and they're like, well, how do I get out of here? It's like, well, just go up here, get in the parking lot, make a right, and they'll take you right on that side street. And then you come right back out on the main road. It's only, the length of our building. And they're like, well, I can't make that corner without going in that grass. I'm like, yeah, you can. No, I can't. I'm like, yeah, we had semis in here that, they do it all the time.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, too, there's truck drivers and then there's steering poles.
I told the one dude, I said, you want me to get in it and move it for you? I said, I can swing it around there without getting in that grass.
Right.
But.
Well, my favorite thing is we had a contract to haul them big ass generators out of Wisconsin. I used to love doing that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't care for the height, but some of them were like 14.9 wide. It was like I didn't have no problem with that.
Yep.
I think one or two of them I might even been down by your house there, Ed. I used to go all through all these crazy ways through Ohio with them things.
The one road I know you didn't go down because it's only like it's only like a 12-foot clearance. There's been lots and lots of trucks hit that. It's a train bridge.
Yeah.
And there's signs and everything else and arrows and you don't know how many trucks that went down there through there and just peeled the top off. A guy got it with a motorhome one day.
Wow. That is a pretty sketchy bridge, though.
But a motorhome will fit. He was off
in the middle.
Yeah, he didn't stay in the middle. He just peeled the side off. Had a guy one time that had a deck over trailer, had 6 Polaris Razor side-by-sides on it sideways going back it. And somebody come flying down over the hill, and about halfway through the trailer, he had to scooch over and just barely caught the roll bars on the back 3 and pulled all 3 of them off the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's expensive.
How you doing, Lawnmower Detective? Good to see you here.
Lee?
Yeah, that's a crazy little bridge right there. But if you can stay in the middle, you can do it. But if you got to move over, it's over. You're hitting.
You can't fit a semi trailer under that bridge no matter where you're at.
No.
Sideways? Upside down?
Well, there's been many guys that's tried it.
Knock the tires off of it, you could probably get under it.
Yeah.
Well, I seen a bobtail one day take the airfoil off the top of his bunk. He made it.
Yeah, well, that was a piece that wasn't needed for the truck, anyways.
Well, the way the trucks are made now, you take that off, and that's your sleeper. You done ripped the rip out of it.
That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the when Freightliner first come out and had that Freightliner logo window.
Yeah.
Right.
Took that sucker right off her.
Yep. You could lay in the bed and look at the stars.
It's 45 miles an hour, and
That's
he
what you
said
call
he was doing
sleep under the
45 miles
moon,
an
huh?
hour when he went under it.
Yeah.
Well, they stuck me one time. I had a generator that coming up from Virginia down by the Navy base.
Uh-huh.
I got all the way up, got on 95, and all of a sudden, I was reading the permit as I'm going. It's like, okay, we got to get off this exit and take this road. We want going up this road because my dispatcher decided instead of being 14.2, I was going to be 15.8 with this
Right.
thing. So, anyways, we're going up. It's like 6:30 at night. Get up, and I thought I saw an orange sign. So I says to the escort guy, I says, "Do you see that sign?" He says, "What sign?" I says, "I thought we just passed an orange sign." He says, "I didn't see it." Went about another half mile. There it was. Bridge closed.
There you go.
Well, it seems that we finally, after a cop finally showed up an hour later, we were sitting there. He says, yeah, some oversized come through here yesterday and ripped the sides right out of the bridge.
Wow.
Yeah, it was under construction. They peeled all the Jersey barrier things right off.
Uh-huh.
So we're looking at it. The guy's like, okay, well, you guys have a wonderful night. Wish you luck. And he's like, what are you kidding me? You're not gonna give me an idea how to get out of this?
Right.
So finally, we sat there. The escort guy tried calling like the county sheriff and everything. Couldn't get nothing. So he says, I only see one way out of this. He turned around and he was just going back like 100 yards at a time behind me. I backed that thing up for almost 2 miles before some guy come out of his house and was watching us. And he come down. He says, if you want, just back that thing right up on my yard here to get turned around. He says, you got a long way to go still to get to another road.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I gave him $100. I said, thanks, dude. It was worth every penny of it. He's like, nah, you ain't got to give me nothing. I was like, believe me, after almost 2 miles of backing this thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ex used to do the escorting for oversized loads.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah. We used to have a couple of good guys come over when we were going over to New York. The one kid, I don't know where he come up with it, but just when the GPS shit was starting to come out, he had some kind of program he could actually put in his computer, reading down a permit there, what roads and stuff, he could pipe that in. And this thing, as you're going down a road, he could tell you, okay, up here, this far, you're going to make a left onto this street.
Yeah, the modern technology though sometimes works and sometimes it don't.
Well, we lucked out. He never let us down.
Right.
I know I've had some GPS things there that they wouldn't work until after you already did your route once. It's like, I don't need you now.
Right.
Yeah. She was lucky. She did a lot of chase. She didn't do a lot of the lead.
Yeah.
And there for a while, she was doing a lot of the wind turbine blades.
Mm-hmm.
Running them down. She's actually running them down into Texas.
Hey, Briggs, you're speeding now. Slow that truck down.
Oh, Lord. 75.
I got in trouble with that. The one company I was working for, he had all his trucks. We did a lot of oversized and heavy shit, but the guy that owned it, he was all about the fuel miles.
Mm-hmm.
So he had these things. They all had like 330 rears and stuff in them. They were governed down to like 1500 and stuff.
Right.
Except for my truck was the only one that they never messed with.
Right.
And I come in a couple of times because me and the one owner operator, Richie, we used to race from here to here to there to there and stuff.
Yep.
And they had the one mechanic, when you come back from a trip, he'd go on there, check the computer to see how fast you're going and stuff.
Right.
After about the fifth fucking time me and Richie raced there, all of a sudden he'd come out one day, he says, hey, if you don't slow that truck down, Steve already told me, turn it down.
Right.
Oops. Oh, well.
But a lot of people don't understand when they start cutting them back and doing this and that, you're burning more fuel because now you're dragging the hills even harder with the heavy loads and that. You're burning a lot of fuel when you're dragging.
Oh, yeah, especially some of these heavy loads, like going across the top of Maryland and shit with this 100,000-pound thing. It's like you come flying off this one hill doing 70, and by the time you got halfway up the other hill, you're almost all the way down in the fucking low side again. It's like, I don't understand this. Why you got rears geared like this? It's not meant for heavy weight.
Right. Yep, but they don't take that into consideration. But they're not out there pulling it, so they don't know what that truck's actually doing, really.
Yeah.
Now Scott's back in the yard now.
Huh. He had a fun night, huh?
All right.
Fun for who? Him or us?
Right for him. That's
Yeah,
only-
I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this stupid gun safe down in the basement.
Oh boy. Hopefully you got a dolly with some good straps on it.
Well, I got a decent dolly. Well, the only problem is it weighs about 400 pounds.
Better put a lot of ratchet straps on it and help to get it down there.
Well, my brother and his kid was supposed to come over last night because his kid's like 6'5" and about 300 pounds. There, he could probably pick this thing up and run it down the stairs over his shoulder.
Get the chainsaw out and just cut a hole around it and elevator it down.
Yeah. Okay. I was almost thinking about trying it myself, but I said this thing weighing almost 400 pounds. I could see me fucking getting slingshotted against the wall at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, it'll be a sudden stop when
Uh-oh, Briggs got himself a deer, huh? How'd he do that? I thought he was just on 88.
Probably hit it with the truck.
Okay, I think my sneezing fit's over now.
You think?
Yeah.
But you're not sure.
No.
Oh.
Usually it's about 8-10 times in the morning.
Yeah. But no, I'd like to see old Bomber Mudmower come back. I couldn't believe Doug just wrapped it up and he showed that video and then he was gone.
Yeah.
How many points there, Briggs? You see Bama once in a blue moon comes through.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one.
Yeah, he was getting his shop set up pretty good and everything.
Right. Well, him and Mama shot both.
Right. I'd like to see him back up doing some stuff. Especially that one he was going to make that lawnmower pickup out of. I bet that would have been interesting. I was waiting to see it.
Well, so, as soon as I seen that mower I picked up, I was thinking, I said, that'd be a good mower for Doug.
I got those ones out here. I don't know what the heck to do with them. That LT2000 Craftsman, they came here for belts and blades. I put new blades on it and belts, and I ain't never heard nothing back from the guy that's been here 2 years. And then that red
8
one,
point, huh?
that Troy built, that guy went back to Virginia and left it.
How the hell did he run inside a trailer?
He must have hit it with the truck and put it in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm not thinking it was standing on a loading dock waiting for him.
They're crazy. George. Yeah. Can't even talk. Jordan.
Oh, geez. Now we got a new name. You're crazy, huh?
Yeah, I like the Face Melter family. They all share the same logo.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Now he's got a new logo. Pretty cool though.
Oh, okay. It looks like a little kid with a mask on, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think you ought to go with my idea there, Mark. Just stay there and look at them.
Pretty much. I've been looking at them all this time. They was outside. I went and bought that other coop building and put it up so I didn't have to look at them to hide them away. And then I started putting other stuff in there, and I got 2 builds in there that we're doing, and they're in there. And then I got 3 other ones sitting over at my property in the other building. And it's like, maybe I just need to clean this stuff up and scrap it, sell it, something. I don't know what to do with it. But the red one, everybody around here borrows it to mow their grass and everything. I mean, it mows, runs great and everything. Well, they both do.
Well, you're starting to sound like a lawnmower collector.
Well, no, I'm not even a flipper. So I don't even know what they're worth or anything else. It was just people, hey, can you help me out? You fix them and they never come back.
I got a friend of mine. He don't live too far from here. He's got a 50-acre farm that they left to him. He has 6 white tractors, the 2 Fords, an Oliver, and
Hey, how you
5
doing?
different farm-alls.
Yep. Ed, right there's a very good one. Blessed life.
Yeah.
I think I've got them.
Yeah, very good people. But yeah, I don't mind working on other people's stuff. I enjoy working on them. But these ones that you work on their stuff and they don't show back up, it don't make any sense.
Hey, Mr. Briggs.
And I can say I take my hat off to anybody that wants to repair them and all that and everything. But what do you do when these people just drop the stuff and they don't come back? It's crazy.
The ones I like are they'll want new deck belts and stuff put on. Deck belts. Some of them suckers are $50 a piece.
Right.
And I did one last summer. Deck belt, drive belt, and something else. And the belts alone were $110.
Right.
I threw another $50 on for the labor, and they're like wigging out.
Right.
Well, the motor's only worth like $200 or $300. I'm like,
right.
When it done? Well, you should have told me. I said I didn't know how much the belts were.
Yeah.
I figured the belt would be like $10.
Thank you, Blessed Life. I appreciate you running my stuff. What kind of classes are you taking online?
I don't see how you could go to school online. I just don't see it.
Well, a lot of people are doing the virtual anymore.
Yeah.
All the schools and everything around us are doing virtual.
Well, they're doing that here too. It's funny when you see the kids out there by 11:30 in the morning riding their bikes and stuff up and down the street.
Right.
Like, well, how come when you go to school there, you're there all day? Doing online, you're 2 hours, you're done.
Do you really realize what these people are actually doing with this virtual learning and all this from home? It's putting in everybody's mind, what do we need these teachers for? We need X amount of teachers to check this stuff on the computers and all this and that. How many teachers are going to wind up at the end of all this losing their job over it?
Well, I don't know about over by you, but over here, these teachers are all pushing to get big raises because it's that much more for them to have to do.
Exactly.
Well, exactly. The one lady I know that's a teacher, she's high school. I want to say history. She's actually busier now with the virtual training or schooling than when they're in class, because they have a set time for their class and stuff, but then she'll get messages and stuff all day long, clear up till 9-10 o'clock at night from the students needing help with their assignments and stuff. And she's actually doing. She's like, I'm doing more work because you can't bring them all back together in a group, but there might be 3 or 4 of them that have the same exact problem or questions, but you have to help each one individually outside the class. Where in the classrooms, if one person has the issue, she goes over it, and they all get the same information.
Right. What?
Hey, Jeff,
What is that?
what's so hard to understand about a deer running into the side of a trailer? He ran into the side of the trailer. He's half in and half out. What's so hard to understand about that? I'd rather hit the goddamn trailer than my truck.
Hey, let's try to keep.
Okay, I didn't read it right. He said inside. I thought he meant he ran inside.
No, he headbutted a trailer. The trailer. He headbutted it. Yeah, I don't know. He saw a bullseye or something. He decided he was going to headbutt the trailer, so he headbutted the trailer.
Yeah, but the way you typed it in chat, it says 8-point ran inside trailer.
It did. It tried to run inside. It's in the trailer. It's in half in, half out. Its legs are hanging out. And guess what? I unhooked and went home. No one's there. They don't get there till late. What am I supposed? Am I going to sit around there? I just said, "Hey, give me a call when you unload it. I'll take the deer."
How you doing, Super Boss? Good to see you.
Why didn't you just crack it over the head and take it home with you?
They can't. They got to see. What am I supposed to? How would I explain a hole like that?
Yeah.
That's what you did to us.
Hey, no, they won't. But they won't understand that. They would want to see the actual deer. So there you go. There's the actual deer. I have the accident report already on the side of their trailer. They'll get the hint.
Hey, West Life, what is theology? I can't even hardly pronounce it, let alone be able to take a class for it. Wow.
Oh, that's got something to do with all that Bible stuff, I think.
I don't know. It could be. But she's very good people there. Great one. Heck of a singer. Oh my gosh, can that girl sing?
I had a friend of mine back in '89. He had his truck run into a deer. There's actually 2 of them. His truck was a brand new Mack there. We were coming down the hill from his house. They were standing on the side of the road and just started running as he got up to him. Well, one went up on the bank and the other one couldn't make it on the bank. He bounced off the side of that truck about 5 times.
Yeah.
I can remember years back. It was when I was still working for the graphics company and driving different places. We seen one going down the highway. A semi had the big cow catcher thing on the front.
Yeah.
Deer hanging off of that, and he's 80 mile an hour down the road. He wasn't stopping. I'm like, wow.
Well, we got a real good thing here. Fucking, you see a bear crossing the highway or something, you actually watch these guys aiming for the bears and stuff. Like, come on.
Right. They get up around Maine and all that and run into a moose, they know they hit something.
Oh, yeah. Might as well run into a brick wall.
Pretty much.
Oh, well. I love to stay, but I got to get ready. I got to be at the doctor's by 8 o'clock.
I know a guy
My
that
last-
hit a moose one time.
Yeah. Moose will do a lot of damage. Total it.
I've seen
Totally.
videos where those guys are on the snowmobile trails and they come across a moose, and the moose actually attacks them.
Yeah.
He hit
Yeah.
it with his pickup truck. He's dead.
I imagine.
When I,
Christian life. Okay.
when I was on the fire department, we got to see the after effects of somebody hitting a horse with a car.
Yeah.
It was inside the car when we got there.
Yeah.
The person was still alive. The horse wasn't.
that's very good, Blessed. Hopefully you do well in it.
Well,
Yeah.
from what the accident scene pictures, I saw a couple of them. My buddy hit the deer, moose. The moose just jumped right out in front of him. 10 people saw the deer jump. Not the deer, moose. Yeah, it jumped out in front of him. No way of stopping. When they got there, they found he went through the went through the windshield. He was in the road. The deer was in the driver's seat.
Yep. Hopefully everything works out for you, Jeff, at the doctor's today.
Yep. And then just about the same area where the person hit the horse, a couple years later, guys herd of cattle got out and got on the highway.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
actually
thanks for stopping in, and I really appreciate you running my videos for that watch time. Thank you much.
Yeah, they actually called 3 or 4 local butcher shops to come and get. I think there were 6 cows that were hit,
Mm-hmm.
and the guys were coming out and loading them up on pickup trucks and trailers and everything, and trying to save as much of the meat as they possibly could to help the farmer out, because that's what they were. They were beef cattle, and that was a messy night.
Right.
About 2 o'clock in the morning, dark as heck. There's black Angus cattle out on the highway.
Right.
When was that?
Oh, I was on the fire department from 90 to 98, so it was probably closer to the end, so probably 96 to 98.
Oh, okay, because this is about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago when I was over the road. I came to a virtual standstill on 75 in Ohio, and there was no way. I was just past an exit ramp. I literally backed my trailer up and spent 24 hours on an exit ramp. Nowhere to go.
Well,
Blocked the whole highway.
Mark would know where it's at. This is out on 62, right there by the end.
Yeah.
Right before. Well, it was right before the State Street exit, so it's still in our township. It was right in that area right there, and
Right.
There ain't nothing there besides farmland. And
Yep.
Guy didn't even know his cattle got out until somebody come up and said, "Hey, man, there's a bunch of cows out here on the road, and what the heck's going on?" And he went out and looked, and there's his herd of cattle.
Yeah.
No, this one was like 20 or 30 car pile up, and the truck slid outside, and all these cattle were all over the road, dead. Most of them were dead. I think there was 2 that survived, but I literally had to park there for 24 hours. That sucked. My company's calling. I said, "Okay, where do you want me to go?"
Right.
There's no place to go. And they were detouring cars over to the other lane. They brought a truckload of gravel to bring the cars over to the other side of the highway and turn around. You're not going to turn around at 53.
Yep.
Parts and pieces.
Yep.
I just watched his wedding video. That was pretty cool. I liked that.
That was cool. I watched it last night, in fact. That was a cool video.
Well, at first, I didn't realize everybody was in costumes. I thought they were just doing like a 20s era,
Right.
wedding. And then I realized everybody else in costumes. But I liked the way they were dressed in the 20s.
Yeah.
Type stuff. That was cool. Even the boys.
Yeah, me and the wife watched it yesterday. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, Sandy, you awake now?
Yes,
You got such a rude awakening.
Yeah.
I got to work this afternoon.
Also, Mark's going to be fending for himself.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Hey, we
boy.
had a nice, quiet day all yesterday.
Until last night.
Yeah.
Then Rich and Caitlin and the grandbaby stopped over. Then here come Bo and Michaela. Yeah.
We don't need a quiet day.
Oh, yeah, we do. I worked 7 days straight. No. We needed a day to relax.
No, not you, Twisted.
Yeah.
All you got to do is lock the door and turn the lights off.
They all have keys yet.
That's your fault. Change them locks.
Pretty much. No, usually all through the week though, the way I run and everything, I don't see her all week long because she's on the afternoon turn. So when I get home from work, there's nobody around, and then whenever I get up at 2:30, 3 o'clock to go to work, she gets up with me then. Then she goes back to bed, but I not the extent of it until weekends. But then she worked all last weekend too.
Yeah, open and close.
Yep, day and afternoon.
I see, when the whole time me and my ex were together for 10 years, she never got up with me in the morning.
Now my wife does. I mean, it's
No matter what shift I work.
no matter what shift she's on, she's always got up and made the coffee and everything, and unbelievable, but she does it.
And both my exes never packed me a lunch. First one told me I'm a grown ass man. I can pack my own lunch.
Yeah,
She'll admit that to this day.
right.
I pack his lunch.
Yeah,
Every day.
I was never used to taking a lunch because I always ran over the road. Now that I'm running this local shift on them automotive racks, she packs me a lunch and everything, and it took me a while to get used to that because it's like usually I just stop and get whatever.
Well, the real funny thing is my ex-wife, her husband now, she packs him like 10 different things to go in his lunch. She packs him stuff for his first break snack, lunch, second break snack, snacks in between. He's got a big one. I'm like, what the hell? I said, you pack his lunch every day. You cook supper right before he goes to work. And pack his. Well, yeah. I'm like, you never pack me a lunch. He's a grown ass man too.
Yeah, but it's funny though. She packs me a lunch, and most of the time she packs so much stuff that I end up bringing stuff home with me, like the sandwiches and that. I don't eat a whole lot.
Right.
Then she gets mad at me for not eating it. But it's like, let's put it this way: if I eat a whole lot of stuff, I'm going to get sleepy and want to go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I have to keep rolling.
Right.
So you limit that stuff.
Yep.
You saying she's trying to fatten you up?
She's trying to do something. My gosh.
Oh. Just make sure you're healthy.
I'm more than healthy. I ain't dead yet.
Me neither.
She just wants to make sure you're not stopping in them little greasy spoons.
Yeah, out there where I run, there's nothing out.
I never ate at a rest stop when I was over the road for almost 8 years. I never ate at one. I never took a shower at a rest stop. Never. I went. I went. I'd go to a Pilot or whatever. And it was by a motel. I'd walk to a motel and get a room for the day. I got a discount. I used my discount card I had. Got a motel room. I took a shower and walked. And say, anybody want a room for the night? Because I only paid like $20 a night, and just for a motel. Oh, a shower at a Pilot or whatever is $15. It didn't matter. My company paid me 20 hours a day for a shower. I'd get a room for $20, and I'd give the room to whoever. You'd go back to the truck. Unless it was real shitty weather, snowy and crappy, then I'd stay in the motel. But never showered at a truck stop, because every time I tried once, and when you walk in, you got the green fungi mold walking up the shot. You know something? I'd rather stink than go in one of those showers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Twisted knows what I'm talking about. Some of those showers, you ain't gonna tell me you've never walked into a shower place to take a shower and looked at them and say, forget it, go back to the truck. You'd rather smell yourself than take a shower in some of those rooms.
That's why you got to carry a pair of flip flops. Never step in.
I don't. Hey, I ain't care when you gotta put. I use flip flops, but when you gotta use flip flops and vulcanized gloves to turn on new shower to take a shower, it ain't worth it. I would rather. I mean, there was shit on the handles on some of those showers. Forget it. Nope.
In fact, I got to go down to DMV today. Now that I'm thinking about this,
Oh yeah.
I got a letter in the mail that they're going to disqualify me to drive again, and it's all over my medical card. But my medical card doesn't expire until 10/21, and they're saying that my medical is expiring, but the documentation I have does not state that. So I have to take that paperwork and go down there and get this cleared up, or else they're gonna pull my CDL again on
Well, call them before you go down. They may not be open today.
me. Yeah, that's true too.
There's a number on it, Twisted, that you can fax it right to the state, and then you can call them up.
Right. I was gonna see.
That's how I do it. You just have to refax your medical card up there. They probably typed in the wrong date, and then call them right after you fax it in. Say, did you get your fax? You know, because and say, now why are you doing this?
Yeah, but I don't really want to count on a fax. I want to go in there and deal with somebody and get a name. And
Oh yeah, but every time I've done that, they want the sheet. They tell you to fax it up. They'll take a copy of it, but they'll say you'll still have to fax it up, more than likely.
Right.
I think it's bullshit that you have to register your damn medical card. What happened in the old days? You just go out, get a medical card, put it in your wallet, and you're good to go. You get pulled over by a cop. Here you go. Here's my card. They look at the expiration date. Yep. Goodbye. Now the state's got to be in dip their fingers in everything.
It's all about the money. That's all it is. It's a money thing.
Yeah, so that's why I just paid over $200 for plates on 2 trucks, a trailer, and brand new license.
Right. Well, they whenever I take that medical card into them, they charge me $7 just to add it to my driver's license.
Yep.
But this is their screw up. I got my medical card. I didn't get anything new or anything, but it doesn't expire until the 10th month of next year of 21.
Now, how long your license? How long does Ohio issue a license for when you renew?
4 years.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, and it's 4 years, and it cost me no, it was $74.
Mine's 8 years, and it's 219.
Right.
Well, see, I was lucky that 1 year they did the extension. I got 2 extra years.
Mm-hmm.
But now if you go back, it's like I didn't get my license until I was 18 instead of 16 because the way my years are at.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
I walk in there and renew. I walk in every time, get it renewed, and I go. Last time I was in there sarcastic and looking at the woman was turning around. Everybody's listening to me. Can you explain why I have to pay a regular license? Is $80 for 8 years, and mine's $200 plus tax. It comes to $219. Well, I have to pay $200 just so you could put the word commercial on the top. Hey, does that mean I'm a special asshole?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's all about the money. It's a money scam deal, and that's just politics. And I'll leave it at that.
Oh yeah, New York charges an extra $80 on top of that if you have hazmat.
Right.
Per year.
Right.
So I'd have to pay $80 for the 8 years up front.
Yep.
You could tell I don't have a hazmat.
It's kind of pointless to carry the hazmat because it don't pay you a penny more to haul hazmat or regular. That's the downfall of it.
You know why I don't like hazmat? Because I was going to get it, but the trouble is, you go one route, 1 mile over on a road that's not for hazmat, and you'll end up paying big time.
Oh yeah.
But the sad part about it is, Briggs, you're probably hauling more hazmat than a lot of the hazmat guys are.
Oh yeah.
You're just smaller quantities that they don't have to placard it.
Right.
They can have that trailer full of it, but each individual thing is considered the small amount, and
and they get away with it by not placarding. Well, that was like that ticket that I just got here. What, 3 months ago?
3 or 4.
It was $200 and some for no truck route. But I was delivering to that place, and I could not get out of that. I ended up, it was $210 it cost me for that no truck route, for no truck zone.
Write that address down and keep it track of it, because if you have to go back there again, say, not me.
I'll never go back. Never.
That's just like when they were doing all them oil wells around here. They had them, specified truck routes. Them guys never stayed on them things.
No. Yeah.
You know, end of my road had signs that said no trucks, and I seen tons of them trucks running up and down my road.
When I was running all them farms, I ran up and down that road all the time past your place.
Yep. Well, those trucks are allowed, but when they were doing like the pipeline that come through,
Mm-hmm.
they had that, no trucks,
Right.
there was guys running straight across instead of going down that where the low bridge is at. They come down one road and they could run clear from the other side of the one, and clear across and clear out onto the main road. They're running back and forth there, and clear plain as day, right at the end of my road, it said no trucks.
Right.
No, what was that company's name? Novak or whatever.
Right.
No Novak trucks. Them guys are running up and down there, and there's state highway patrol that patrols the main road out there all the time, and he would never even say a word to him. He knew exactly why they were doing it, to avoid that train bridge.
Right.
He's like, so what? He goes, let them do it.
Yep. That's what's that?
You're one that you went on by mistake.
Leave my eggnog alone, dog. You don't need a eggnog. I already gave you some.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You got 10 views on that one already.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Briggs is on the bed and Stratton's down here drinking eggnog and he wants more.
I just finished my eggnog last night.
This is my second half gallon. Good thing they don't make this every year. I'd be all year long. I'd probably be dead from cholesterol and high blood pressure and keeled over.
That's one thing I just don't care for is eggnog.
Put a little rum in it.
Huh?
So put a little rum in it. Makes it a lot better.
I don't like rum either. Not a big drinker.
Nah, that's the funny thing. I don't like white milk, but I'll drink a half a gallon of eggnog in a day or two.
I like almond milk. What do you want? You just got to be in the center, don't you?
Okay.
Behave, or I'll send you to Ed.
Maybe.
Send them on over.
You just have to keep them the name Stratton.
That's fine. We'll fatten his ass up.
He already is fat. Come on, stop licking me.
Well, it's fatter.
That's like my nephew brought his two dogs over to mom's yesterday, and they were polar opposites. His dog that he had at Kenny's, she's like all over the place. Her dog, he'll come over and whoever will pet him, he'll lay down on the floor right beside you. Just, as long as you got your hand on him, he'll just lay there. But Kevin's dog, and they're the same age.
Huh.
But his dog will be like everywhere.
Right.
If I let Stratton out, he'll follow me around the yard and he'll stay right with you. The only reason why I don't take him off leash is because if he sees another dog or human, he's got to go say hello. Yep. He's super friendly. Hell, if I gave Stratton to you, you'd wake up every morning you'd wake up and he'd be on next to you like a woman. He snuggles right next to you. That's just his nature.
Now
you sit on the couch, he'd be next to you.
That 21 horse Briggs and Stratton Gold, is that the industrial motor?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is an industrial.
Because that's what that one tractor has on it. It's a 21 horse Gold Briggs.
That one with the 21 horse Gold, you could probably get it $300-400 out of that. The other one at least $300 or $400 too. The other one goes for like $1,100-1,200 when it was new. That's the Bronco. That was like $1,200-1,300 new, depending on where you went. They went as high as $1,500. So it's worth $400 or $500 used. And that black one's an older one, but that was an $800-900 tractor used, even though it has that gold engine. That was $800-900 new. You could probably, but they haven't made that in about 5-6 years. You could still get $500-600 out of that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't scrap them.
Well, right now the problem is nobody wants to buy them and store them for the winter.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, hey, throw them in the yard, put a tarp over and put the stuff you want in there and wait till spring and sell them. You'll sell them. Just clean them up, change the oil and sharpen the blades. Someone will buy them. They don't look bad to me.
No, they both mow and everything. They do everything that they're supposed to do. Like I said, they've been used around here.
Take the battery out, throw them in the yard, put a tarp over them in the spring, but pressure wash them off, sharpen the blade, change the oil, put the battery back in, and you'll be able to sell them quick.
That black one's got brand new blades on it. And the only time them blades have been used is whenever I use it to mow around here.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So, but still, sharp, change the oil and blow out the air filter, put the air, make sure there's no rats nest in the engine compartment. You know how they climb in there and sell them. Why not? I mean, how long they've been sitting there since people dropped them off?
2 years, and that red one's been here almost 2 years.
Screw it. They're yours now. Sell them. Watch, you'll sell them in 20 minutes, 2 hours, a couple of days later, they'll come back. Where's our mowers? Sorry, we sold them.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing of doing it is if somebody would decide to come back after.
Too bad. Possession's 9/10 of the law. They left them there. They abandoned 20 hours a day storage fee. Sorry, they're yours now.
Well, the red one, it was originally from a guy from Virginia, and he was up here about 6-8 months, I guess, and now he went back to Virginia. Tractor's still here.
Yeah, he must not give a shit about it. Sell the damn thing.
I don't know what I don't understand what people do. You know what their thoughts are. You know, you get somebody that goes and repairs these things and puts a bunch of money in it and has no money up front for everything that they put in it, and then people pull this mess right here. You know, I feel bad for people like that. I would like to start doing repairs and stuff, but you know, that's the downfall of it. What do you do when you get people like this? 2 out of 2. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but there you go. I don't think they're too concerned about it. Like I said, I'd take them outside that storage area because you want to put your own stuff in there. Take them out, throw a tarp over them, and like I said, in the spring, flip them. Just sell them. I mean, if they wanted them, they would have came and got them by now.
You would think.
And if you scrap them things, if you took them to a scrap yard, someone would go there and buy them from the scrap yard and then do the same thing that I would do, is flip them. Why let someone else make the money? Hell, you could put them up there, two of them for $800 or $400 each.
Well, that's like me and the wife was talking. I want to get me a big zero turn, and I bought that other building. They had that building on sale. I got it over at Menards. So I put that hoop building up, and those tractors were sitting out in my yard. So I put them tractors in there, and I thought, you know what? Why am I still storing these things? Because obviously the people aren't going to come and get them. But I want to get a zero turn and all that and everything for here and over at my property. So
Do yourself a favor, buy a Skag. You'll never regret it. They're the king of, in my opinion.
well, I'm tossing it up between a zero turn or buying one of them bin traps.
Well, hey, if you can afford a Ventrac, then go for it. But if you just want a good zero turn, that Skag Cheetah is an awesome machine. I don't know if Ed's ever seen one of those. Those Skags are beasts.
Yeah, the Skags are nice, but I prefer the Hustlers. The
only reason why I don't like the Hustlers because I think the frame is a little tougher on the Skag. That's just my opinion. But they're both good machines. You're right. The Hustler's a good more. But don't go over to Tractor Supply and buy one of those with those bad boys or big boys, whatever the hell they're called. They look tough, but those things ain't no better built than a made to die MTD. They're a glorified piece of shit. Excuse my French, but they are.
More lucky.
The Bad Boys and the Hustlers are made by the same company. They're made by Exo Industries.
Yeah, but that Bad Boy, they don't put the same nuts and bolts, so to speak, into that. They're second rate. I mean, I'd buy the Hustler, but that Bad Boy is not the same quality. It's like buying it's like comparing a Toro from a dealer versus a Toro from Tractor Supply. They are not the same Toro. They don't, but they put plastic parts in them and everything else. I know a buddy of mine bought one of those bad boys, and they had plastic wheel bearings in it, in the front casters, plastic on the shifters, in the little bushings were plastic. The Hustler has metal, brass bushings, and big difference.
Especially if you get up to the fast tracks and stuff, they got a better hydraulic system on them than, because they have, like ours are the Super Z's. When they're only running at like 45 or 55% capacity on the hydraulic systems, where 90% of your other ones are running anywhere from 75 to 95%. Wear your pumps and motors out a lot faster.
Right.
Yeah, the bent track there, they don't mow very fast. So if you're looking for speed, you're not going to get the speed out of it. But if you want something just to mow the grass and get done, then buy a zero turn.
Yeah. The vent tracks are nice because all the different attachments and everything.
Exactly.
How you doing, Vermont Paint?
They use of them on a homeowner property.
Well, that's just it. See, that property that I have, it's listed as a tree farm, and it's set on land set aside, so I get a cheaper break on the property taxes. But
you get state pricing.
Now they're pulling this mess. You have to take down X amount of trees. You have to keep paths and everything mowed around the trees and all that and everything. So the wife and I was looking at finding a mower to take care of that and over here. So we're just kicking it around on what we got to do to keep everything going.
Oh yeah, but if you buy a vent track, make sure you put it in a wooden building with a lock on it, because someone will steal that shit. You don't want to put that in that building like you had there.
No, I got regular buildings, but
that's what I'm saying. I'd put that thing under lock and key. Someone would steal that vent track.
oh yeah.
If you're going with a vent track, I would actually start a LLC and run it under the LLC, and that way you can take depreciation on it and everything else.
Right.
For what you're going to pay for it. But little word of advice: Venttrek was just bought out by Toro.
Oh, Lordy.
So the price of the pieces are probably going to start going up here in a couple of years.
Or I was considering buying a Kubota, a small Kubota tractor, and put a finish mower on the back, and get a front loader on the front for it. And
that'll work.
I've been kicking that around too. We've been looking at that. But
I was looking at those little Massey Ferguson, same thing as a Kubota.
Right.
But the prices are a little better on them. And one of the subcontractors actually has one. He don't have the smallest one. He's got the next size up, and he's got a bunch of attachments for it.
Well, the son-in-laws want me to go with this. I can't even think of the name of it. It starts with an M.
Yeah.
Tractors, and he's looking at them to go and put them on the farm, 200 plus horse tractors, because they're graining 1,150 acres now.
I'd look on Facebook Marketplace. You'd be surprised how many people buy a zero turn or something like that, keep it 1 year and buy another one because they don't like it.
Yeah, what the heck is it?
I've seen them. I know what you're talking about.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But he was telling me to go with that. Mahindra has the best warranty, I guess, out there.
Yeah.
On the tractors and front loaders and all that and everything. So, yeah. But like I said, he's looking at the 200 plus horse tractors that are used on the big farm. And then he just turned around and bought that other combine. That combine was $300,000.
Yep.
So it's crazy.
Yeah. One of the guys that worked 2 years ago, he had an old Kubota, loved it, had the belly mower and everything on it, front end loader. He kept it, but bought another newer one,
Right.
And he said, to be honest, he said he wouldn't buy another Kubota. He said, you're buying the name now. not the tractor. He said there's a night and day difference between his old one and his new one. The quality of it. He said his new one rattles and everything else, and he's had it back to the dealership saying, hey, this thing's not right. And they're like, oh, no, it's perfectly fine, blah, blah, blah. And,
what's funny is I got my 2 big farm tractors over there at the property, but the wife don't want me to keep using them because of the tricycle front end. But that WD-45, my Alice Chalmers, I love that tractor.
Oh, yeah.
And
Not for the
WD-49.
45. WD-45.
45.
Yep.
Oh my God, that is a beast.
I love it, but it's like I said, it's tricycle front end, and I got a lot of hills and all that. But I farmed with that thing and baled hay with tricycle front ends and everything all these years, and they ain't killed me yet. But she's scared to death of that tractor.
Well, if I had a bigger area or a bigger building, Dad's got an old belly mower one over at the house. It needs to be converted over to the 12 volt and get rid of the magneto.
Yeah, I did all that on that WD.
It's a tricycle front end and stuff too. I would bring it over here and mow. It's got a nice woods mower on it.
Right.
But I don't have any place big enough to get it in.
Right.
Yeah, that's a problem with a lot of people. Not enough places to put it in.
And then I got that little Alice Chalmers, the other Alice Chalmers with the belly mower and everything on it. I think it's a C.
Yeah, I think that's what Dad's is like a seat or something.
And that's a nice tractor. The motor's all been rebuilt in it. Same way with my WD-45. It's completely rebuilt. And
I don't mind that one.
she don't mind my B or my C, but it has handbrakes on each side. And nobody wants to run that tractor because of the handbrakes.
Yep.
So it's crazy.
My grandpa, when I was a kid, on my mother's side, had an old farm, house out in Chemung, and he had this old Ford tractor. And if my mother never knew it until a couple years ago, when we said, when you went up to your grandpa's, we were talking. It must have been fun riding in the trailer and the back of his tractor all over. Hell no, we sat on the fenders while we were. What? We sat on the fenders and just put our hands around the lips, on the lips of the fenders of that old Ford tractor, and our hands were right near the tires. And she flipped out and she said, "You never told me that." I said, "That's why we never told you."
I put many a mile in on a fender of a tractor.
Oh hell! That's what I told her. That was half the fun. I mean, she flipped out. My father said, she looked at my father. "Did you know that?" And he shook his head. "Yeah." "You never told me." "Well, that's why we never told you. You'd probably be flipping out."
Right. But that's the best thing of it is you don't see too many of the Alice Chalmers still left around. And it's getting pretty hard to get parts and stuff for it.
I can't remember what model that Ford tractor he had, but it wasn't. I wish I could remember. Well, it was a 4-cylinder.
If I could get that Alice Dad's over here running and mow my grass with it, I'd mow my grass in like 10 minutes.
So why don't you get it over there?
Because I don't have any place to get it in out of the weather.
Sure you do. You just got to make a spot.
Well, now the price of lumber is 3 times higher.
Yeah, you got room over there. You just got to set your mind to it that you're going to make that room.
Oh, no. It won't fit into my garage.
Well, all you got to do is take the stack off.
You wouldn't be able to sit on the seat.
Lean over.
Lean over. Okay. Yeah.
Or put a lean-to on.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a lean-to on that east side of my garage.
Right.
When the price of lumber went, through the freaking roof.
You use rough cut. Go to the Amish mill and buy it. I did that trailer floor out here on that old trailer of mine, and I had $100 in it.
Yeah.
It's all rough cut lumber, but I don't care. It serves the purpose of what I wanted.
I thought about that, but I'd still have to buy the 6x6s to sink in the ground.
How
Yeah,
many?
6. All lumber's doubled.
How many? 4? I got 22 of them laying over there at the property in the building.
How tall?
6 treated.
I think they need to be 15 footers
I think these are 16s.
or 16. Yeah.
I think these are 16s.
Well, maybe
Well,
in
there you go, Ed.
In fact, where we started that house at, everybody's already tearing it down, taking the lumber. Yeah,
Serious. We went
seriously,
over there the
I went
other day.
over and heck, I would rather see the lumber go over there to you and get the lean-to on.
Yeah. I either want to go to the east or to the north off the back side of the garage. But if I go off the back side of the garage, I'm going to have to do a floor and then build off the floor.
Yeah, I would just go off towards the east side to your neighbor because back there you got that wet spring too back there.
Yeah, but if I go off the back side, I can go further back. I can go like 20 foot back.
Right.
The east, I can only go about 15 before I lose being able to get around it.
Right.
Someone's tearing down the house you're building. They're actually taking pieces off it.
Well, I started to build a house 3 years ago, and they're actually stealing the wood and stuff from over there off my property. I bought everything, and we put it in buildings over there, and now it's just walking off.
Yeah. Let me sit there with a 12 gauge for a couple days. I guarantee you they wouldn't be stealing anything.
Now people are just gullible. I mean, they don't care. And it all
They would when they had a buckshot in their ass.
Yeah, it all started after this pandemic stuff started and everything, and people out of work, not doing nothing, and I've had a lot of stuff ripped off. But it's the day and age of what's going on. Sorry to say, but
Oh, people are stealing stuff. I mean, my neighbor had an oil pan stolen from out underneath his truck. He changed the oil on it. He popped the oil pan on his old truck. He's restoring an old 78 Ford pickup. He drained the oil, went inside for the night. It just sat under there, draining real good. Came out, someone stole the oil pan. They took the oil pan, dragged out from the truck, poured the oil in his front yard, and they took the oil pan.
yeah, people are just aren't right anymore. I mean, it's sad to say, but that's the mentality of the people nowadays, and it's just the way it is. I mean,
Well, even years back before the ex left, I had that old pickup truck sitting beside the garage, and we had bags of pop cans in it, and a couple of the bags had broke open, and some of the cans had fallen out on the ground right behind it.
mm-hmm.
The Amish people that live up and down the road here would walk up and down and pick up, pop cans and stuff like that. I caught one of them right there behind the truck, picking them up off the ground, and they had no. They're like, well, they've been sitting there forever. I'm like, yeah, until I get enough that makes it worthwhile to go in and get more than $10 out of them. I said, they will sit there.
Right. But yeah, that's like I was telling you when we went to breakfast the other morning there, that I'm going to find an old beater pickup truck for hauling firewood and that, and I'll leave it over there like someone's there.
I like Vermont Paint's idea.
Yeah. Uh-oh, hacker's looking for Drifty.
There's Drifty.
No, it's not Drifty, that's the hacker.
Oh, it's the hacker.
Yep. Drifty's fan club. Where's that chicken, Drifty? Oh, shoot. But I don't know. I'll find me an old pickup or something just for hauling firewood, because I don't really want to use my one truck for hauling wood.
Right.
But I could always use the trailer and use the tractor that the wife don't care for me to use. to get up into the woods and stuff to cut the trees, bring it down and pull it. But,
That's why I'm getting a garage delivered out here next year, but because I got my Buick is up at the storage unit because it won't fit in the garage.
huh.
Just the one troll, Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont. He's a pretty good troll, man. He comes in all the time, but he's kind of enjoyable.
Well, Kenny just bought a load of what they blockwood from the
Right.
sawmill.
Yeah,
It is, for what it is, it's cheaper than buying slab.
and it burns a lot better too.
Yeah,
It's called cutoffs.
yeah. They call it block. The guy that delivered to him called it blockwood. It was like $60 for 3 scoops, and the guy had like a 1-ton dump truck, and it was heaping. I mean, heaping high. And I'm like, I ain't cutting no more firewood. If that's what it's going to be, this spring I'll get a load and stack it up. So, hi Nick. That was Nick that come up
Who?
on that popped up there for a second. It said Nick.
Yeah, it said Nick, and then as soon as I brought him up on screen, whoop, they took off. Willie CK, how you doing?
Hey Willie.
I used to have a Ford Ranger years ago. Yeah, like I said, I just want to find me an old beater truck just to haul firewood and that, and leave over there to make people think that there's someone around there.
If I would have known about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I could have got you a nice old Ford F-250.
Yep.
Drive, perfect farm truck. As long as you don't want to put it on the road.
Yeah. We got an angry grandpa. Oh, Lordy.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah.
We
You
got
got your face sometime.
almost showed your face. We seen part of it.
Oh, Lordy.
We seen you.
Angry grandpa. Okay.
We can screenshot that now.
How do you know someone didn't?
I will after the live stream. I'll go back on my phone and replay it, and we'll get a screenshot now.
Yeah. Put his mug up on the screen. Most wanted.
Most wanted hacker.
There you go.
You are a big lug.
Yep, you're right, Vermont.
Yeah.
I'll send you the heads.
Bring them on. We'll take them.
Yeah.
He's housebroken and stuff.
Uh-oh.
Oh, angry grandpa's back.
Yeah, angry grandpa's back. Got it. Don't forget.
Put your mask on before you turn the camera on.
Yeah, you got to give me them thumbs up each time you change your name. Now, don't forget. Looks a little older than 13. You're right, Willie. I seen that.
Want to go lip with Ed?
Come on, Mr. Stratton. I got your nice big comfy couch here you can stretch out on.
What do you think he does here? The couch and you're in the bed. He'd be on your bed every night unless you tried to shut the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bed ain't very big, so
How could you say no to that?
yeah.
Maha. Mars vlogs. Still here. Good. But yeah, I don't know. The way things are going and the way people just help themselves. I mean, but it's bad. There's 33 acres over there, and there's not enough houses around. And people just And the neighbors down the road and all that, they're riding their horses up through there on the horse trails and all that and everything. So there's people in and out of there, but
Nobody ever sees nothing.
no one ever sees any movement or anything over there. So people are just coming in and helping themselves. And if I wouldn't have had that big driveway and everything that Lane put in, they wouldn't even know it was back up in there.
Right.
So kind of, I don't know. I guess maybe I should put gates up or something and trench that whole frontage so that they can't get across it.
What do you want? Oh, you're smelling armpits now.
Yeah, New
You are-
Holland's nice. It's just
I should name him Mr. Snuggles.
But does New Holland make the small utility style tractors?
Yeah, New Holland does. Yes.
Or do they? I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that.
love New Holland. I don't have no problems with them.
Yeah, because I was actually looking at one of the smaller utility tractors with a belly mower and just a front bucket, just for me. But the more and more I look at them and talk to people that have them, they love them. Don't get me wrong, but they get friends that come out of the woodwork that, hey man, can you bring that over? Hey, can you,
Yeah. In fact, I had New Holland over at the farm that I auctioned. I had New Holland hay baler and manure spreader and all that. I auctioned all that equipment off over there with that farm.
That was years ago.
Yeah, that was quite a few years ago. I auctioned that one off.
10K hours still going. Yeah. Can't beat that.
Yeah, New Holland's good equipment.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we got King Jones 24 in the basement. And there he is. How you doing, King Jones? Good to see you up on the panel.
That Trump hat?
I think he's got a Trump hat on. I think he does.
Looks like he's trying to play Jesus with the light coming down.
And
Oh.
He didn't like that.
yeah, he's got a lot of names there. A lot of different accounts. He's always looking for Drifty, though. That's what's cool.
Oh, he's got the hots for Drifty.
So, I'd hate to see how many hours are on my WDs, on them Alice Charmers that I have. But both of them was fresh rebuilds. So,
Yeah, did you see that picture I was showing my old man back in the 70s trying to play his pelvis Elvis look?
Yeah, I seen that.
oh Lordy, face better joke.
Joker.
Yeah, Joker, bro. Sooner or later, you got to show your face and start talking on the stream, man.
Dang.
Don't be scared. We don't bite.
Well, how can we bite? We're in the phone.
Oh boy.
Looks like he's
What's that? So what's that? Scratch and sniff?
I have no clue. Crazy.
What's that? Praise the Lord, I saw the light.
There's his sister's toys again.
It's a penguin.
Maybe
day.
it's his toys.
Oh,
It's a penguin day.
yeah. He's having fun with it.
Oh yeah.
Now we got Air Crazy Jordan here.
I thought you're only allowed to change your name on YouTube so many times before you have to wait like 30 days.
I don't know.
Multiple accounts.
Something.
That's a lot of counts.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He says, "Hey Ed, I'm not sure if you remember me, but I commented on your streams.
Yeah.
Who's Hacker?"
Hacker is Air Jordan and Angry Grandpa and Nick and however many other ones there are.
All right, thanks for stopping by, Willie.
See you, Willie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I am gonna go back and get the screen grab of his picture, and in my live stream we're gonna put him up on full screen there and let everybody see.
Night. Oh, and he's got his dollies.
Yep.
What hacker?
What hacker are you talking about? We'll just have to put a big light on him.
Yeah. The face melter.
Yeah,
Don't know any hackers.
he doesn't know any hackers. That's good. Heck, I thought that guy was starting to turn into a hacker pro.
Yeah. Well, I plan on it, Vermont. I'm gonna do a nice little picture of him. You know.
Nice wanted poster, yeah. So-called hacker.
At least he's friendly.
Yeah, you're right, Willie.
Uh-oh.
He says, "Come on, Ed, you've seen me before."
I'm pretty sure I have. He looks
You
kind of familiar, but I gotta go back and get the picture itself and
Blow it up.
Yep.
Oh well.
And now they've backed that snow off till Tuesday.
That's good.
Snow.
Yep.
Monday
Yeah,
night,
that white shit.
Monday night into Tuesday. So
That'd be a nice day on Tuesday then.
yeah,
Why? How much snow they saying you're getting?
trace to an inch, nothing major.
Right. But when it gets up around Buffalo and all that, over Syracuse and all that, it gets wicked then. Up there on 90.
Yeah, but the way they were looking at it, it's going to come out of the north and go to the southeast.
Right.
So,
Oh, we got McDonald's.
ooh, cool. Can I get a steak bagel and hash brown and
Yeah.
orange juice?
Don't tell me you eat McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, food's food when it's time to eat.
One
Didn't say
time
it-
I don't eat McDonald's.
never said it was good food, but it's food when you need to eat. End of the story on that.
Yeah, there ain't nothing good about it. The only time I eat McDonald's is when I gotta go to the bathroom. Goes right through.
Yeah, Nick does look a lot like Eric Crazy Jordan. You're right, Vermont. Lordy.
I tried going through our McDonald's on a bicycle one time, and they refused to serve me. Take my order. I said, "Why?" It's got two wheels and a crank instead of a motor.
Right.
I go through with a motorcycle, can I? Yeah, but that's different.
Mm-hmm.
I refused to leave that line. They called the cops. I told the cop, same thing. What difference does it make? I did that this summer, right downtown. My father wanted something from McDonald's, and I was going over. That was before I moved them in, and they would not take my order. I said, I'm not leaving my $2,000 recumbent bike outside this store.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what difference does it make if I was on this or a motorcycle? They would not. They called the cops on me, and while the cops were there, I was on the phone with corporate and told them what they were doing, and corporate agreed with me. And I handed the phone to the cop, and the cop walked up to Mike. He's on the phone with corporate. They said there's no difference in a two-wheel motorcycle and a two-wheel bicycle.
Right. Well, it's crazy. They all make their own rules, and each store has its own set of rules different from what corporate says. That's just the way it is. Uh-oh. Vermont, he's starting to get after you now. Maybe Drifty will be safe for a while. He'll be after Vermont. Oh, shoot. It's crazy. Oh, well. No.
Vermont has some nice paintings.
Yeah, Vermont has some very nice paintings. It does a heck of a job with them.
And you are going to get one here.
Oh, and the wife says, I guess I am going to get a painting from Vermont.
They are sharp.
Yeah, she likes them. Oh, Lordy.
Vermont.
Special needs.
Oh, geez.
Oh, Lordy. That was a good one.
Hey, we've all dealt with special needs. We dealt with Obama for 8 years. So,
Yeah.
I was
Crazy.
kidding.
Yeah, he was kidding. Oh, well.
I've dealt with special needs my whole life. I'm special ed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good too.
That's okay. I just went back on my phone and keyed up to where I know exactly what time it is in the video to get his picture, so I can pull it up on the computer and do a screen.
Yeah. Twisted V garbage here now.
cool.
Yeah. Jiminy. Wow. He's a good guy there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, geez.
That's all right. Whenever you expose him Sunday night at 7.
Yep.
Now that we got his face.
Maybe I'll use that for my icon.
What's that?
There you go.
Maybe I'll use it for my icon.
Yeah, there you go. Make a most wanted poster out of it. Yeah.
Talking about trash, I hope the trash company comes today. I know that mine was supposed to be picked up yesterday. I know they're a day late, but I got a full can this week.
Right.
Yeah, they probably will. Most of them are run behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know our dumpster is overfull.
Yeah, it's always wonderful. So would they ever come up with the county and stuff on that?
Well, we got an injunction on it, and they couldn't shut anything off or anything
Right.
due to the sewage bills and all that, and back taxes not being paid on it. So the attorney's working on all that. And what's going to end up happening is this whole allotment deal is going to wind up being auctioned to the highest bidder. So
Or up for sale.
we'll know more. It goes back to court again on the 14th of December. How you doing, Mr. Stokers?
So you think they'll keep the injunction in place that way the old people don't have to move out?
Well, they have to. They have to because everything is being put into an account down at the courthouse, so that the old owner doesn't receive no monies.
Right. But I'm saying, like, you know, the old folks that live there by you that can't move out, don't have a place to go.
Right.
You think the courts will keep the injunction in place to
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why it's still tied up in court, because the owner, she passed away.
right?
The daughter stepped up and took it over, and that's when everything hit the fan.
Mhm.
So we'll see what it comes out to be next month.
All right.
We had an old lady that lived on my street that put her house into a trust fund, left $100,000 to a lawyer to keep paying the taxes on the house, and she died. And for over 20 years, the house sat empty with the taxes paid on it, and the county and the town couldn't do a thing about it.
No, they couldn't.
Nope.
They couldn't foreclose on it. They couldn't take possession on it. And the money was still, it was like 4 or 5 years ago. There's still over $9,000 in that account, and it all went to taxes. They finally paid it. They paid finally got down to like $3 or $4,000, and the taxes for the year were like $4,000 on the house, and they won't accept partial payments. And it took them 3 more years after that before they could finally foreclose on it. House sat empty for over 100 years. I mean, not 100 years, 20 years, The house is 100 years old. But they walked in, it looked like a time zone. All the furniture was still there, 20 inches of dust. You can only imagine sitting there for 20 years. And it was heated. She actually had the heat on. So the furnace ran, and it never had the furnace filter changed. No one ever walked in. The county foreclosed on it. Some guy bought it at auction. And when you walked in, it had magazines from the 70s stacked up, National Geographic, Popular Mechanics. Her car and lawnmower were still in the garage, never started. She had like a 66 Cadillac DeVille sitting in the garage. It was crazy.
Right.
They sold one down by me out here in the country, probably about 8 years ago now. And I remember when I was on the fire department, we went in, and the man and wife were hoarders.
Right.
And I know they lived there probably another 7 or 8 years before he actually passed away, and she moved out. And when she moved out, they just locked the doors.
Right.
The people that bought it, sight unseen at auction, it was a sealed bid auction.
Mm-hmm.
I went by it a couple of times. They had 4 40-yard dumpsters sitting out there, just heaping full of stuff. They actually had to gut it and take studs and everything out of the inside because of the smell and everything else.
Right. Okay, Mr. Stokers.
It's a really nice house now.
You should be at your 150. You check it now, and I bet you're at 150. I know exactly what you're saying, Vermont. Kids don't want to do farming and all that stuff anymore.
It's too hard to work for them.
Exactly. But my daughter, now that's a different story.
Yeah.
With milking cows and all that and everything. She's back milking now.
Good. She go back to what's her faces?
No. No, I can't think of who she's milking for now. Kiko, I think.
Oh, okay.
That reminds me of the time the house right next door to our old house, a couple blocks from here where my parents used to live. People moved in and this guy was arrogant. He was real arrogant. The house was foreclosed on. The bank got it. And the people who lived there, they were kind of an odd duck. We called them the Adams family because the father was 6'7", kind of had the face of Lurch. They drove a '67 Cadillac Hearse for a family car. They were odd, but they were nice. They were nice. They had 12 dogs, and the guy walked in. He goes, the bank came in and painted the walls. That it's a good deal, and he got a good deal on the house and that, bragging it up. And he said, at least the carpet's nice. It needs a little more work, but the carpet's nice. It's a nice. I've never seen a yellow carpet. And I said, I started laughing. I said, that carpet ain't yellow. Most certainly is. It's yellow. I mean, look at it. I said, it's white. I said they had 12 dogs, and they said, "Oh, this carpet ain't white." I reached over and pulled one of the furnace ducts off the floor because they had forced hot air furnace, and you know how the edges always go around the furnace ducts, the vents. I pulled it off, and he looked at the white. He looked at how white that was, and the rest of the carpet. He stopped right there and told his wife, "Get this shit out of this house now!" He pulled the carpet back, and it was all piss stained all the way through. They had an nice even tone. Basically, the shampooers came in and mixed all the piss up, and it kind of dyed the whole carpet a nice blondish yellow.
Right.
That was piss.
Yep.
My house I live in right now was a repo. It was move-in condition.
Right.
I didn't know when I bought it, but we knew the family that owned it. What it was is man and wife. He got a job down south somewhere. They bought a house down there. We're making both mortgage payments and finally decided, they can't sell it because they're done. And it was move-in condition. We just had to dust. I did clean the carpets, but there was nothing wrong with the house. He got a job someplace else. And at the time, the market, the housing market wasn't good to sell. And so.
How you doing, Mudster? Mr. Stokers, you don't have to let anybody down. All you have to do is just show your support for each other's channels, and that's the way everything works out. Everybody supports each other, and that's the way it goes. Showing support keeps all the channels going. That's what these channels are all about. There's Breezy again.
Coming.
4 years and hasn't even got the second story cleaned out yet. Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing what you'll find in someone's house if they die and then they come in and they leave. It's just amazing.
4 years, man. That's a lot of hauling. Empty something out like that. My God.
Oh, the house that I'm talking about, the bank came in, they threw out 4 linear yards of crap. 4 full-size dumpsters, same way you're talking. But they were like, they bought new washer and dryer and stove. Well, back then they used to charge you to haul them away. They'd come in and say, they want $20. I ain't paying $20. He put them in his driveway. We woke up in the morning, come out in our yard, and you'd see his old refrigerator and stove sitting in the driveway with the door off the refrigerator naturally. But it's like one day I went out there and my father was trying to sell his house at the time because that's when he was moving to Tennessee and ended up coming back. But anyways, he said everyone that came to look at our house looked next door and they wouldn't buy it. I mean, we had a shared driveway. We complained all the time. We finally said, "Will you clean up your damn driveway? You're stopping us from selling our house." My father ended up staying here because he couldn't sell the house.
Well, that's the only bad thing about it is the neighbors don't really understand what they do to everybody's property values and all that for what they do around you.
I mean, I got neighbors complaining about I have so many cars in my driveway. but they're all maintained on the road. There's nothing wrong with having a driveway full of cars.
Right.
If they were all broken down on cinder blocks and stuff like that, I could see him saying something.
Kind of like my house. I did piss my neighbor off.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you got a neighbor you got pissed off at, Ed?
Yeah.
Don't like
Well,
you?
well, it's not that they don't like me. She just likes to complain. They cleaned the creek out between our houses. Well, it's been 5, 6, 7 years ago now. And they piled all the dirt on my side. Well, for a long time, I just left it piled there. It didn't bother me none. She got upset about it. Well, then finally we got it kind of smoothed out, but not enough to mow. So it's, 7, 8 foot tall weeds. And now I leave it there just to piss her off. It's less yard I got to mow.
Burn barrel. Yeah, it'd take you a long time to burn that much stuff.
Oh, it's like Henry from Mowers and Blowers there. He made a comment how he put new vinyl fence on the front of his house, and he was going to go all the way around, and he wants neighbors on border him to pay half of the fence. And every time he said that, I said, Henry, if you came in my house and said you were putting a vinyl fence in, you want me to pay for half of it? I'd be like, okay, why should I pay for half the fence in your backyard? You want your yard fence? You buy your own goddamn vinyl fence. I ain't paying for half of it.
Well, see, and that's the thing. The creek that goes down between our houses is 2/3 on their property. And they called the excavator. He come in. He dug everything out. She told him to put the dirt on my side of the creek.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he was all done, he went up to get paid. And she's like, well, we're splitting the price. Here's our half. He come up to my ex and was talking to him. And she's like, no, we never knew anything about that, getting it cleaned out or anything. He's like, you know what? He goes, don't worry about it. He said, for what it was, I got paid plenty from them, and you guys got to deal with the dirt. He goes, if I would have known that, he goes, I would have never piled that dirt like I did. I figured you guys wanted it for fill or something. He said, I would have smoothed that all out real nice, and you guys could have just seeded over it. He said, so he was like, and she kept coming down and bothering him while the other lady kept coming down bothering him while he was digging and everything else and telling him he's taking too much on their side and not enough on our side. And so he was happy to be done and
Right.
with.
Oh, that's all right. Those people bought that house right next door finally after foreclosure. If they came in, now picture this. My father's driveway was 19 feet wide. Their driveway was 5.5 foot wide. Okay. And so you could their driveway, theoretically, when you pull a car in, when they open up their door was trespassing on our driveway, the way it worked. My father never really cared, but the woman bought it, called up a paving company to get her driveway paved. She told them they own half the driveway. She did, and then she called a fence company and put a vinyl fence down the center of the driveway. It was hilarious. And fence guy came in first. He put it on the property line. She came back and said, wait a second, I own half this driveway. Well, we brought the surveyor pin and we surveyed it. She said, oh, well, it is what it is. Well, she screwed herself because the only way to get in the driveway, you had to pull it all the way to the driveway, pull all the way into the garage. Just open up the door. You can only open up the door on the driver's side. You open up that passenger side, it wouldn't open. It hit the fence. Then the paving guy comes down and go, his paver would not fit down her driveway. And he's like, what the fuck? And he paved her driveway by hand with wheelbarrows and rolled it. That was the only way he could do it. Couldn't get the paver. And he ordered 8 tons of blacktop. And he looked at me and says, well, I said, well, you got extra. How much you want to do my driveway? He said, how much you got in your wallet? I opened up my wallet. I got $100 bill. Well, you get a new driveway. He paid my father's whole driveway for $100. We moved all the cars out, put them in the street. My father came home from lunch and his driveway's blocked off. And he goes, what the fuck? I can't pull my driveway. I says, shut up. And he pulled. Don't tell me he shoved. I said, pull off the side. He pulled off the side. And he looked. What lottery did I win? Nothing. Woman next door told him she owned half the driveway. She didn't, and he wasn't going to throw away that blacktop. It basically, he charged the woman full price, and she tried to take him to court. She said, you got a new driveway on me. Sorry.
That was your fault.
She paid for the material. We paid him $100 for labor.
Yeah.
And he ran the paper down ours, that driveway, and then we sold the house 2 months later with a brand new driveway in it. We said 2 years later, excuse me, but still, we had a brand new driveway for 2 years. That old driveway was cratered up, potholes. We put the bags of cement in some holes. I mean, it was beat the crap. Nice smooth driveway after that. Thanks to our neighbor saying she owned half of it.
Right.
And she tried to take him to court, and she lost because she told him he owned it. He measured it for half the driveway, half the width. And guess what? You basically you sign a contract. You pay for the materials. If he can't put all 15 or 20 yards in that driveway, if it won't hold it.
Right.
He said, unless you didn't want any cellar windows anymore, I could have put it in that thick.
Oh yeah, that'd be really thick.
That'd be.
I looked at having my driveway asphalt blacktopped, and it's ridiculous expensive.
Yeah.
Concrete's cheaper than blacktop now.
Pretty much.
Now, even at that, that's still ridiculously expensive.
Yep.
My neighbor up the street has a dirt driveway, and the trouble with parking on dirt, it rusts out the bottom of your vehicles.
Yep.
And she had a spot paved just for her car to park on. And last year I told her, she kept complaining about the rust, and I told her, because you're parking on dirt. Well, what about if I put in gravel? If you put down felt and gravel, that'll help, but you're better off. I said that costs a lot of money, and she got a price on that was almost as much as a blacktop driveway. Put down the felt and gravel. She had one block paved just for her, with concrete, just for her car to park on. The rest is still dirt, and that costs her $4,000 just for that little spot because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I need to get mine. I need to get the skid steer and regrade mine this spring. Get the hump out of the middle and stuff.
Oh, you got a speed bump, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a good thing if I do buy a farm tractor with a front loader on it. We can use it right there.
Yep. I've been thinking about making up a tow behind grader bar for my Cub, because what all it needs is just like loosened up and the gravel brought back to the top, because it's got the, it's kind of packing down in,
Right.
but it's got the hump in it. And
Well, the county went and cleaned out all the ditches and everything over there by my property.
yep.
I had them dump it all down over in that one side that I want to fill in. I said, but here's the condition. I know you guys are going to grind this road all the way to the county line. I said, when you grind it, you bring me them loads of grindings in and just dump it over here by the calf pins, and I'll take all of it that you grind, so I can use that to keep a nice driveway going.
Yeah.
Because that stuff packs like no other.
Yeah. A buddy of mine had that done
Right.
over top of his driveway.
Mm-hmm.
He had a skid steer first and took about 3 or 4 inches off of his driveway. Had that stuff brought in. He packed it for like 2 years with a roller and stuff.
Right.
And then he took that seal coat stuff and dumped over it.
Well,
It looks almost like an asphalt driveway.
them semis going in there will really pack it.
Right.
Yeah, that's oil and stone. That's what they still do the old country roads with.
Yep.
After you drive on it if it gets driven on 4 or 5 weeks, it does. It looks like asphalt.
I won't have to get rid of no old motor oil no more, because it'll go right on that. I'll dump it right in that stuff.
Now, see, I can't oil my driveway because my well's right next to it,
Right.
and it's that artesian well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hell, that house, the house my grandparents had out in an area called North Chemung, their house is built on top of a brook. And you'd go down the basement, and there was a creek running with fish in the basement. We used to fish all season in the basement. They'd sit there and swim. You'd just drop the line in, catch a fish, and take it upstairs. Didn't even have to go outside.
If I ever wanted to put a pond in, I've got artesian wells all over the one whole corner of my property, and it's always damp there. You can walk across it, but I would never have a problem with filling a pond.
So you're saying you don't drive your truck around your house?
Not on that corner.
So put an in-ground swimming pool in. We could have pool parties.
He's
I do
got
have
it.
an in-ground pool.
You got an in-ground pool?
Yeah.
How big is it?
18 by 36.
Huh?
18 by 36.
Oh, yeah. You mean a virtual in-ground pool.
Yeah,
No, it's real.
it's a real
Oh, yeah.
in-ground pool.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I never seen it.
10 foot deep at the deep end, 4 foot deep at the shallow end. Used to have a
you
diving
never-
board.
How come you never go out there and show us? Jump in.
I didn't open it this year because of the pandemic and everything going on.
Right.
I didn't want to put the extra money out because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if they were going to lay us off and everything. So I never opened it this year.
Actually, we had a couple pretty nice pool parties there
Yep.
the other year.
Yep.
You got that Hawaiian house there.
Got the little bar there beside it, the tiki.
Yep.
There you go.
He's got a nice setup.
Yep. Yeah, but I'll probably definitely have it open next summer because I did miss it.
Well, that's what I told you. You get hold of all my kids and tell them they got to donate to Phil.
Yep, it's about $500 to get water put in it to bring it up to level for the year, and
Yep.
but yeah, I did kind of miss it, so I probably will open it.
Yeah.
Why would you have to pay $500 to get water if you got a well that just pours water?
Because it just trickles out. It wouldn't. There's a real slow leak in the one return line, and what leaks out, the well wouldn't compensate to keep it topped off.
Yep.
But if you go out to that well right there beside my driveway, you can look at it, and there's a trickle of water running down the side. It's up to the very top of the well.
Right.
There used to be a line that come from the well into the basement, into the sump crock that would drain that off. And if you look at the side of my driveway, there's a depression. I think that ground sunk or whatever and broke that pipe, and
So it's the pool got a liner in it, or is it cement?
it's a liner.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But the leak is in one of the it's actually the bottom drain line, the return line off the very bottom of the pool, and it must be one of the joints or something that's leaking, but it's under the pool. It's not beside the pool.
In other words, you'd have to destroy the pool to fix it.
Yeah, because the pool's about 3 feet from my garage, and we've already dug down beside there and fixed a couple of the lines, and the leak is still there, so it has to be the one going under the pool.
Right.
So it don't leak that bad.
No, I'll lose an inch depending on what's going on. If nobody swims in it, I'll probably lose maybe 1.5 inches of water out of it a week.
Mhm.
I put the hose in it and keep it topped off, but to bring it up when I drain it down for the winter, to bring it up to that level, my well will never. Even I got 2 wells, neither one of them will keep up with filling it. So, and my water's so hard and so irony, it's not worth running the softener that much to get it clear. I just pay the $500, and the guy comes in, and 10 minutes, water level's up. I turn the pump on, it starts circulating, and it's done.
Yeah, you see Vermont's thing in there?
Buy a Dodge truck of oil your driveway for you. Yeah.
Yeah, Vermont. I've checked into that. But the company wants to check the liner first and then check the lines. It's $250 for them to do the liner inspection with the with the electronic leak detector. And if they don't find it, I still pay that money. And then it's another $200, I think it is, to do the lines, plus having the line fixed. So it would be almost $1,000 to find it. I said, "Well, do the lines first." He's like, "No, the liners are what's usually leaking." I'm like, "The liner's only 3 years old, 4 years old. You know, it's not leaking. It's the line."
How you doing, Perkins?
Hey, Perkins. So I'll just keep putting water in it, and
You know what?
When I
That wet spot back there behind your garage. Why can't we just get one of them points and lines and drive it into the ground and create a well right there?
well, we could, but those artesians don't produce enough water. I mean, we'd only get probably 50 or 60 gallon of water out of it.
That's all I have here. Mine's just hand drove, and it's only 18 feet deep.
Yeah, but
Can't you pump water from the creek into the pool? Get one of those gas power pumps and pump it from the creek.
That would be nasty, and he would go through so much chemical to treat that, it would be unreal.
Well, I didn't know if it's nasty. I just make a suggestion. I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought about that. The big creek that's back behind me, I could probably do it, but it's what 600 feet, 700 feet mark. And
Those gas pumps. You could buy one of those Echo or whatever portable 2-cycle gas pumps. You'd fill that up in 20 minutes with one of those.
I've got one of those, or actually got two of those pumps. You'd have to put one pump at the creek and one pump about halfway up because it's almost a 22-foot raise from my pool to the creek.
Oh, there you go. Get another pump and then free water.
I thought about it.
Why not? You'd spend what, $100 on a good pump, a used pump someplace, or even if you bought a new one. Hell, it paper itself in a year or so, not having to have water hauled in.
Yeah.
Okay, Face Hacker Pro has something sad to say. What is it?
I'm leaving Facebook, YouTube, because everybody hates me. No, we don't hate you. That's entertainment.
Yeah.
Free entertainment. I mean, how can you go wrong with free entertainment?
Heck yeah, you're doing a good job. Why would you leave it?
What do you want, Mr. Briggs?
If
I heard us talking.
If we didn't like you, we'd block you all the time. We never block you.
Yeah, we don't block you. We leave you in here. But
Yeah.
there's one person I would love to see come back, and that's Bama.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Doug Swinger come back. I enjoy his content.
Yep.
Uh-oh. What do you want, Mr. Briggs? You want to fertilize?
I have never called you Lazy Hacker Pro.
No.
We may make fun of you because, you look
Funny.
keep penguins up on the screen, but
Yeah, it's funny. What the heck? And you also have to remember, Face Melter, quitters never win. So you may as well not quit. You may as well win. Keep going.
keep at it, man. Now get one of them white masks and just come up and talk to us.
Yeah. You could get one of those like Jason mask or something like that.
There you go. The Jason mask. And then you could call yourself Jason the Third or whatever.
Identity hid.
Get one of those V for Vendetta masks.
Yeah.
Go buy a Biden mask or a Donald Trump mask and come up.
There you go.
Then we'll just put on there our special guest, President Trump. That'd be.
I'm not into that political stuff. I don't need that junk. I'm
Hey,
good.
it wouldn't matter.
Get a Jimmy Carter mask.
There you go. The Peanut Man's on. Could you imagine if someone actually put on their special guest Donald Trump in their opening line? Oh my God, you'd have 100,000 views come up.
Yeah. Oh well.
I actually got George Bush mask. I ought to come up on one of Lucky's streams like that. Put it on as with my George Bush mask on.
There you go. He needs a break. He must be working too hard. But just think though, when you take that break, you're going to lose all your people. When you take that break.
Yeah, I had an in-ground. There used to be an in-ground pool in my backyard. It got so bad cheapest I could get fixed. It was over 100 years old. It was like 10 grand. I didn't have the money. I had it filled.
10 grand, you can get a brand new one.
Exactly. Why do you think it was filled?
Yeah.
But
I don't-
I put 5 grand into a liner in mine.
I'd get a brand new fiberglass one in ground for $8.
That's a bad thing about a pool, though. There's a lot of work to keep them up. Chemicals and filters and all that and everything.
Yep.
Because we used to have that pool, and phew, I was glad to see it go.
Yeah.
I know people, but I know a couple people have the above ground, and even the above ground could cost you $1,000 just to run that a year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it cost me probably right around $400 a year for chemicals and electric to do mine for 4 months or 5 months of having a pool.
And that wasn't even counting water.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about $1,000 a year.
Right.
Which, I mean, it ain't bad for what you get out of it if it gets used, but
Well, that's it. Base melter Hacker said 5, so he must be retired.
we'll see you, Hacker.
Yeah, the old man up the street from me. The old man up the street from me he retired 2 years ago, and he spent 9 grand or 10 grand, had an in-ground pool put in so he could. He says, hey, all he had was Social Security, which was like he got like $1,500 a month and a $300 a month pension. He said, I ain't gonna be able to afford to travel as much as I want to. I'm gonna enjoy myself, and he does. He put in a nice in-ground pool. Hell, this year he loved it. He was up there with all his girlfriends out there and drinking margaritas and enjoying the pool.
That's the only bad thing about retiring. Everybody wants to retire, but then you're strapped. But as soon as you retire, you're strapped. You can't afford to do nothing anymore.
Yep.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna retire. Believe me, I don't care what you say. I won't go nuts. I got enough stuff to do.
Yeah.
I can retire. I can travel with a tent and a car.
Yeah, but that gets old too.
Well, my plan for retirement is I'm gonna buy me a big old like enclosed box trailer, put all my tools in it, buy me a nice truck. I'm gonna travel south and do repairs on golf carts and stuff like that, and just keep traveling around the retirement areas to.
He did good hacking, but my views will keep on going. We'll just one day at a time as they go.
I'll be like the snowbirds. I'll just follow them wherever they go and
Right.
soup up and fix up their golf carts and stuff for them.
Well, that's like all the people up around Cleveland, Akron, all the big city people, as soon as they get ready to retire, what do? They head south down into our area and stuff down here, you know. But nowadays, with the Amish taking everything over, they ain't going to be able to afford to do that because the Amish are running the prices up on all the land.
Yep.
Used to be before you could buy an acre of ground down here for $500. Now it's 25 to 3,500 an acre now.
Yep. And even if you buy property that's on the side of a hill, if it has any remotely good hunting in the area, you know, you can't. It's 5,000-7,000 an acre to buy it.
You can't buy a vacant lot in my town for less than 20 grand.
Wow.
The bad part about it is I'm actually starting to think about buying property up by where I work at. Some of them old houses they're selling. I was looking at some of the listings. Some of them listings are only $10,000-$12,000 for the city lot. Eventually, if you buy enough of them, you know, you'd have a nice big chunk of property right there in the city.
Yep, and then sell it to a developer.
Right. Yeah, I'm not into them electronics and robots. Heck no.
I do some of I do a lot of electric golf carts at work, but I just got the scan tool and some other specialty tools to work on them now. It's gotten to the point that you can't even self-diagnose them electric carts.
That's like the nowadays vehicles. You can't even hardly work on them anymore. They got to be plugged in, and they basically tell you what's wrong with them, where to look.
Yeah, they give you a good idea. Because as a matter of fact, I just did an 06 pickup truck, had airbag warning light, and I would have put money on it. When I seen that airbag light, it was the front impact sensor bad. All the GMs go bad, the front one, because they're exposed right out there in the weather. And when I plugged the scan tool in, nope, it was a problem with the communication line coming from the key switch on the dash to shut the passenger airbag off. The airbag controller is under the driver's seat. And what had happened was the threshold on the driver's side got tore up. We got a new one put in, but when I put it in, all the tabs that hold it down were rusted off. So we put screws down through it, but I didn't have one of the wires in the right groove, I guess.
Right.
And a piece of that plastic had worn down through, and it just happened to be that wire that got wore through and broke.
Yep.
Take the GM's also the ABS line always breaks on their front wheel bearings. Like on my car, the Impala, the Grand Am, Grand Prix. Same thing.
On them Impalas, what they were having, Impalas and Malibus, what they were having problems with for a long time is the wheel speed sensor ring on the hub was a flat magnet that was just glued on. And after time, that adhesive would get loose or whatever, and chunks of it would break off. Wheel bearing was fine. The sensor was fine. But you couldn't replace just the magnetic ring. You had to replace the whole hub, and the whole hub was almost $100.
Right.
I did probably 6 of them on the 2 Impalas we had over the 5-6 years we had them, just because that ring would break and take a chunk off. And as soon as that light would come up, first thing I'd do, throw it on the lift, take the flashlight, look, yep, chunk of the ring's missing, pop it off, pop a new one on, down the road they go.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
You know what's funny? I've had better luck with the aftermarket wheel bearings than I have the original. Last year I bought 2 for the old lady's Malibu. I bought 2 of them for $59 on eBay. It's like, how long these things gonna last? I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Put them in there. She put over 20,000 miles on it. It's still going.
Well, so
I call that a win-win.
They won't let me do the aftermarket parts like that on the ones that we do the over the road on. once we put them into our personal fleet for the physical plant and stuff, I can buy Rock Auto, eBay, whatever I want to buy. But the ones that are under lease, they want OEM parts put on them.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I buy a lot of parts off Rock Auto and stuff for our fleet vehicles.
I only put one of those wheel bearings on because you should change my bear, but it was the day that I changed that wheel bearing, it was grinding, and you could hear it going down the road, and it was 17 degrees out. I was out there with a jack and a sledgehammer beating that bearing out. I said, I'm not putting in both. I put the bad one in, and that's it. It's too fucking cold. It comes spring, I was going to put the other one on. One thing led to another, and that was 2 years ago, and it's still on the road, 20,000 miles later, and she still has the same wheel bearing. And I bought, like I said, 2 of them for $60. It's like the factory original. I put in one. The original one lasted 30,000 miles. That was gone. This one's going on 25,000. So hasn't even made a peep.
I bought all the front end parts on my Chevy. I bought everything for under $500. The inner and outer tie rod ends, wheel bearings, brake pads, rotors, all that, and put on my truck. And I've been driving it a year and I haven't had no issue with them whatsoever.
I'm trying to find someone to make me control arms for my Toyota T100 out here. They've totally discontinued them for the rear wheel drive model. I can buy them all day long for the 4-wheel drive, upper and lower, less than $100 each. The upper ones I can buy, they're $55. The lower ones, they discontinued them, and the few dealers that have them, they want $300 for them.
Yeah, I know what they got.
Check on eBay and all that to see if anybody parted anything out.
The 2-wheel drives are almost impossible to find. They made that truck 90. They made over the 10 million they made only 2 million of them in rear wheel drive. The rest were 4-wheel drive.
Right.
Looking back here, reading through the thing, seeing face motor and stuff going. First I haven't seen in a while was the Whacker.
Yeah. I haven't seen him on for a while either.
He must be working.
He's on days now.
Oh. Old lady must be keeping him busy.
What's that?
The old lady must be keeping him busy.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave that alone.
Yeah, I had all good intentions this morning. When I got up at 3:30, I was going to go out and get a fire going in the wood burner and get out there, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. You got days like that though. Some days you really want to go at it and do some stuff, and then you got other days that just forget it. Take it easy and relax. But that's what I need to do. I need to go out to Menards and that and get me some chimney pipe so I can get that burner hooked up that you sent down to me.
There you go, Mark. Vermont has a 2005 Ford Escape XLT.
Yeah.
You
Not
can,
Escape.
you can also firewood in that. Just take the back tailgate off.
Yeah. Nah.
And heck, if you're going to haul firewood in it, you don't even need to fix the exhaust manifolds.
Right. Well, that I need to look at my pickup because I think I got a wheel bearing, one of them hubs going out on my Dodge. Because you make a right-hand turn going around a right-hand corner, it'll start growling. As soon as you unload it, get back straight, the noise calms down. But as soon as you do it, it comes right back. Either that or I got a rear end going out.
Looking at the Chevy truck over in Columbia. What kind of Chevy truck? Well, look, Mark, it's even the No Boundaries Off-Road Edition. Yeah, that could be the wheel hub, or it could be the CV in that 4-wheel drive.
Right.
Starting to hum.
Yeah, I just turned 110,000 miles on it.
Yeah, it's probably a wheel hub. Those shouldn't be that bad.
No, it's our one sealed unit.
Yeah. Well, if it turns out that's what it is, give me a holler. We'll throw it up on the rack at work. And
Well, that's what I'm waiting to put the brakes and rotors and all that on it. Because whenever I tear it apart, I'm just going to replace everything there.
there you go.
I already did the A arms and all that and ball joints, and ended up had to put 2 manifolds on it.
Boy, you make my Toyota sound better and better every day.
That's right.
Yeah, no 07 regular cab. Yeah, those are nice. And those are actually the regular cab long beds are actually hard to find. From like 05 to 09, somewhere in there. They made a lot of those crew cabs, 4-doors. And the guys that bought the single cab long beds are using them for work trucks, and they just run the piss out of them. And
Right.
that's what we run the regular cab long beds at work, and that's, you can't find them in a decent price or in a good shape. Find them in good shape, they want an arm and a leg for them, and you find them in a decent price, and they're junk. They got 200,000, 300,000 miles on them, and
I love my old regular truck, standard cab, long bed. I hate a short bed. They're almost, it's going to come to a point you ain't going to be able to buy a long bed. And because the dealers will tell you, most people buy them, never haul load with them. They use them for a car.
yep.
I actually went to go trade my truck in, and all I could find was them short beds. And I don't want short beds.
Well, so that's why I like Kenny's truck, that 06 Duramax. It's the 4-door long bed,
Right.
Duramax. That thing's a country mile long, but it's a truck.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I would rather that. I mean, I don't need a 4-door truck. But believe me, I would buy a 4-door truck as long as I had an 8-foot bed before I'd buy one of those crew cabs with a short bed.
Yeah.
They're worthless. I tell people, I said, something plywood comes in 8-foot sheets. Well, you ride with the tailgate down. Okay. So when you go down the highway and you hit a bump and you're doing 65 and you're scratching strap brakes or your bungee cord or you're twine, that's what I love. Hey, you want some twine for that? And they wrap like 8 sheets of plywood with twine on it. They hit a bump and they start flying out. Hey, free plywood.
I seen a guy going down the road. I bet he had 20 sheets of drywall in the bed of the truck, and it was squatting really bad. He went up the hill, and every one of them sheets unloaded on the road.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if you come down the highway and you're stupid enough to put in 8 sheets of plywood with a twine and it breaks, and the plywood comes out, I'm taking that shit, because by the time you get back and turn around and come back, it'll be in my truck and I'm going down the highway with it.
Wow.
We've bought a couple, 2 or 3 trucks that's had plow mounts on them, Mudster, and haven't really had any issue with them,
Yeah, but you got to watch them old plow trucks, because usually the front ends are just beat to death in them. They're junk.
Yeah. It depends on who had the plow. I mean, if it was a good plow company, they would keep maintained and
Right.
everything like that. And same thing with the transmissions, they'd keep up on them. But if you got somebody that was just a hack and, beat the hell out of them, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Vermont.
Actually, Vermont, I would like to have one of the, like that farm truck that Jerry got. I'd like to have one of those little 4-wheel drive suckers.
They got 2 of them over there now.
All right, but I want mine street legal though.
Well, they're street legal. They got turn signals, brake lights, and everything. They got heat, air conditioning, stereos. They got everything in them.
I want one run back and forth to work and stuff in.
Yeah, that one of Jerry's does about 52 mile an hour. Got a little diesel in it. It's a nice little truck.
Between here and work, the highest speed limit's 45. So
yeah, you'd have it made.
Well, I looked at those little scooters. What are they, 80cc or whatever it is? You don't have to have a motorcycle license for.
Uh-huh.
I looked at those, but I don't think they'll be carrying my big ass too far.
Yeah, them little trucks ain't got much room in them either.
Hey, who ordered this white shit flying around out here?
You can keep that over there. Just keep it right over there. We don't need it.
It's friggin' snowing out here.
That's good.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over in PA, they do have the inspection, so you got to watch how much rust they have on the frames and stuff.
Right.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Come on, boys, hurry up and do your fertilizing.
See, much that's why you need to move over here to Ohio. You can put any piece of crap on the road.
Yeah. We don't have that inspection stuff over here yet.
I've seen some cars that probably should have been in the scrap yard out driving.
Oh yeah. There's one guy.
I've driven some sketchy stuff, but I've seen ones that I wouldn't drive.
There's just one old guy around the area here. He has a Ford Pinto station wagon that he's still driving, and the thing is full of newspapers and everything else. I mean, you can't even look in the back of this thing or the back seat, the front dash. I mean, he's got it stuffed full of everything. And
I actually think I've seen him up in Alliance.
yeah, and you wonder how in the world did they even go down the road? And then we're talking about an old Ford Pinto station wagon.
They haven't been built since the 70s, early 80s.
And he still drives that thing everywhere. You see him everywhere with this daggone car.
Well, there's a pickup truck around Alliance. It's a twin to my Burgundy one, except for it has the silver at the bottom instead of the black. The frame, I think the only thing holding the thing together is the drive shaft, because it is literally like this
Right.
down the road. And I've seen him for almost a year now driving that thing around. The bed is actually crinkled in because it's pushing against the cab so much, but it looks identical to mine,
Right.
you know. And anytime I see him out on the road, man, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting ahead of you, brother, because when that thing comes in pieces, I don't want to be behind you.
I know a guy that lived in Ohio
Right. They have emissions
that
testing.
took a 4x4 and put it along and bolted alongside his frame and made it. And basically, his frame was wood because it was split right in the middle.
Yep. Well, mine's a 99. The 99 2000, the split year there. For some reason, they rust out right behind the cab on the frame.
Right. Right.
Now, if the truck we have at work that's a 99 would be an extended cab, I would love to buy that thing. That thing is immaculate underneath.
Wow.
The body's going on it. You know, the front of the bed, the actual front edge of the bed's rusted away and it moves. But the rest of it, the whole running gear and everything, the motor's good, all that. Hey, Sparky.
How you doing?
Hello. Hello.
What are you cooking today?
Fish chips and mushy peas.
Oh boy, I see you got that Christmas tree up behind you over there too.
No, it's an illusion. Don't worry. I'm ready to pour petrol on it and just set it at the lights. I'll believe that.
There you go.
I need to. It's doing me head in these trees at the moment. Not standing up. It's had more bear than buddy Michael Jackson had.
Yeah. Yep.
That's like it.
So yeah. Oh, hello,
Oh,
everyone.
come on. You don't do the whole thing there, Sparky.
Me, I've got 3 words for you, and it's this. Bar humbug, no way.
I agree with that. My wife says, "Are you going to put that Christmas tree up? It's after Thanksgiving." I said, "I don't think so."
This year's a little bit different because normally we're down with family. Normally we should be now, and I normally don't do nothing to do Christmas. I'd rather just sit in a corner and just chill out and cook the food.
Right.
Damn, Sparky, you're turning into a grump.
A grump? No, it's called being normal. If you
Right.
like Christmas, you need to do me a favour. Go in the corner and whack yourself on the head with a pipe wrench. Simple.
That's the most expensive holiday that there is.
Yeah. It costs me money to get presents. It costs me money to keep everyone happy. It costs me money to get stuff done. It costs me money to get travelling done. And to top it off, it costs me to eat more and to power the house up.
Right. And then the sad part of it is, And you do all this for weeks, getting ready for all of it, and it's over in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's just like a good lady, right? You marry her, you do what you need to do. Next minute, a cherry's popped, done, finished.
Yeah.
Pan to the head in 5, 4, 3.
Yeah. And then
See?
when
At
it's
least I'm
all,
honest.
all done in 5 minutes, then you look at all these people and say, well, I sure hope you liked my groceries.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey,
I'm
you know what?
sorry.
I just I decorate and that's it. I don't hand out Christmas gifts, so I don't hand them out and I don't want them.
I'd rather give out mouse traps, you know what I mean, to people. You know what I mean? Give them out mouse traps in envelopes, you know what I mean? Put your hand in it, that's what you're going to get. Bang.
Right. Thanks for stopping by, Vermont.
Mouse trap. There you go.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, in cards, yeah. All they do is when they put the hand in, oh, where's the £10 note? Well, you got a mouse trap instead because you only want money from me.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's that time of the year.
And if you really don't like somebody, get like 101,000 and some confetti in an envelope, put the card in, and as soon as you rip it open, it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Now you use stripper glitter for that because that shit sticks
Well,
to
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
It's a good thing the wife ain't in here hearing this.
She's listening.
Yeah, I'd be in the doghouse.
I've been in the doghouse for 10 years, but I keep barking mad.
I've only been there for 31. Don't get mad.
I didn't mind Christmas when we had the kids, but now that I'm older,
Yeah. It's the meaning of Christmas is not meaning like it used to, where you had family, where you have people you can trust and love and care about. All I seem to have is debt, 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 and then arguments, Boxing Day arguments, and then
Right.
stuff.
Right. But the worst thing of it is, Sparky, if you think about it, you can't even die without making a debt.
Yeah.
That's the bad part.
Tell me fucking about it. Excuse my French. Yeah, tell me fucking about it.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I saw you
Jeez.
online. So I thought
Crazy
I'd
dog.
say hello
See
to you.
another dog.
Yeah, we've been on here for from 6 o'clock we started.
Well, Jim Lawnscapes, what do you call it? He was on for 9 hours.
I couldn't do it that long.
I've got stamina, but I can't be bothered with 9 hours. I've been up since crack of dawn. I don't know who Dawn is, but she's got a nice crack. Ah, dear. You've got to have a laugh in the world. You can't be that miserable old cunt in the corner. I'm sorry to say, you can't be miserable. The end of the world is not going to come. You're all going to live and have a laugh and joke. I mean, what are they going to do? Put you in an electric chair and say, "Smile, boys."
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
These holiday things, I like the holidays. I mean, don't take me wrong, but it is so costly,
Yeah.
you know, and now it's down to me and the wife. It's like,
This ain't nothing.
this is nothing for her and I. But then when people stop over, you got to have food and stuff for them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. It's like this year, right? It's cost me more money than sense because we've been struggling all year. I've been saving up the little bit of money, make sure we've got nice food, drinks, and everything else. I can guarantee we're going to have a phone call in the next 4 or 5 days. You're off to here. You don't need anything. Don't worry about it all. And I'll be like, what a waste of my time. We could have actually enjoyed ourselves even. You know what I mean? But I want snow this year.
Right.
I want the snow. That's what I want, the snow. It's like a snow fight with the missus.
And then tomorrow we got a wedding. My son's getting married, so
There's more money.
there goes more.
More money.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can have a hog roast here. You can have a hog roast dinner there on your weddings.
No, they're having some crazy get
Cover
together.
dish. You gotta make food.
You know, some days, you know, we have 8 children, and they're all moved out and everything. But it seems like it's still First Bank of Dad.
Yeah.
But it's great when they need something. I mean, we're more than glad to help them out. You know that we can help them out. But
Yeah.
it's just, you know, it's phenomenal some of the stuff they get into. But they're all doing well.
But the good news is, right, is once the marriage is over with, sorted, done and dusted, you can sit in the corner with a beer in your hands and say, "Cheers, lads, I'm off."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the normal case.
I tell my kids every year, don't buy me anything for Christmas. Just periodically come out unexpectedly, just stop by, hang out, you know, offer to mow the grass for me, or, you know, whatever.
Right.
You know, you don't have to spend money on me, you know. I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
I'd rather have your company throughout the year sometimes than, you know, $100 gift.
That's one thing that I'm not big into is material stuff. I mean, the material stuff really doesn't mean anything. As long as you got your health and you got food and you're doing good, that material stuff really means nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like
You buy
yesterday.
gifts and they don't use them. That irks me. You buy somebody something, you see it sitting in a box.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. We bought my wife's. Is it uncle? I think it's Greg. Yeah, Greg, you're the one. Greg, yeah, her uncle. We bought a nice whiskey set of stuff, stones and everything, and he left it behind. He went traveling again.
Right.
I said, "That's it. Next time you can go and kiss me backside. I don't care.
Right.
I've got a list of people that I'm buying for. The people that's helped us this year."
Well, you know, the wife and I, we came up with the scenario of we do the gift cards now. Heck with that, go to the store and stuff. I'll just give you a gift card, and I'm done with it. I ain't got to go out and monkey in these stores and put up.
Absolutely.
You know, it's much easier. How you doing, Willie?
Spot on. You are 100% right. That's exactly what we've done on some of our presents this year. So, I mean, I don't know
buy
what
stuff
it is.
they need when I did buy gifts. Like I buy my father's stuff because, you know, he, like last year he needed I asked my mom what's he need in clothes. She said his pants or his jeans are holier than the Holy Bible. Okay, no problem. Went up to a place here called Ollie's. You can buy Levi's, Wrangler for $10 a pair. I bought $10 pairs of jeans, and I bought this quarter-size garbage can and put them in, and then I put saran wrap on top of it so it wouldn't get dirty, and bought a bag of charcoal, put on top of it. There you go, man. He opened it up. What the hell? You know, thought I gave him a thing of charcoal. And I said, keep digging.
Back to them gift cards. I found that is so much easier because nobody's disappointed that they didn't get this or that or the other. Go get it yourself.
Well, my kids ask me what I want for Christmas, and I'm like, I'm almost 50 years old. I've got everything I need.
Yeah.
There's nothing I need. You know.
There's one or two bits this year I needed, but I've done it myself. I've strived, I've saved, I've done everything myself. If I need anything major, I mean, it's like certain things. I know this year it's going to be difficult for Joe's family because they've just spent out nearly $2,000 on the dentistry. You know what I mean? And that's bad enough this year. I mean, they can afford it. You know what I mean? They're loaded. I mean, they pay £1,000 for golfing a day. You know what I mean? What do you expect? You know what I mean? So, would you pay £1,000 go golfing? No, not a chance. No way.
No,
I would never pay £1,000.
That's why I got a golf cart. The only reason I went golfing is to drive the golf cart, so I bought my own.
Yeah, but the only problem with golf carts is I like them cinched up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing I tell my kids too. I said, if I need something or I want something, I just get it. You know, I don't. You know, I don't wait till whatever, and they can't get it through their heads that there's nothing that I need or that I want.
Yeah, Amazon's so easy now.
Yeah.
Click, done, sorted. I have no questions. But then when the missus gets a mystery parcel with a grey box around it from an adult centre, what do? It's not that kind of thing, I'm afraid. It's not that. It's a pack of playing cards. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like I wanted to go out today and get them chimney pipes and all that for my wood stove, and I was going to buy another wood stove for the house. And it just dawned on me it's Black Friday, so I'm not going to these stores with all these people. It's just, I'm not interested.
No, I've had to buy another PC monitor. The one I've got at the moment, you've got to keep switching it off and on to get it working. It's about 10-year-old, so it's done its lifespan. So I've decided to just treat myself one generic one off the old Amazon best reviews, everything. And yeah, I've got that delivering. That's my Christmas box off the missus. So I'm yeah, but my birthday's not until the end of January. Yeah, I feel like an old person as it is.
Well,
I've got a big birthday coming up. It starts with a 0.
Well, I was just talking with my cousin about a desktop computer, and he told me just go to Walmart and buy the $100 24-inch flat screen TV.
Yeah,
they got better quality and everything than the PC monitors. He said, and
yeah,
he said you get a lot bigger monitor for the money. So
absolutely, yeah, that's exactly what we're looking at. This is exactly what they said, and it's no problem. But I just wish, I'm sorry to say it, I just wish it was more accessible in the UK, because this UK at the moment, half of the stuff's going missing.
Yeah,
right.
Well, and like he said if you want, he said you got the TV right there. He said you already got Roku, buy another Roku box, and he said you can watch TV right there if you want to or whatever. And
but you know,
I just want something I can edit my videos on that doesn't take me 3 hours.
Yep. Yep.
You know, these smart TVs and all that have stuff already built right into them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much out there these days.
Yeah, technology.
Yeah. Well, last night I was on a stream talking to someone. They got a John Deere mini tractor thingamajig like off ATV, and they took the engine out. They literally, it's an electric engine, and they stuck a like a Kawasaki motor in it or something stupid in it. My God, it goes like a bat out of hell. And he's put everything. And I said to him, "What did he do?" I said, "I haven't figured that out yet because I can't stop it." I said, "Have you got the brakes working yet?" He said, "No, I've disconnected the wires. It's all electronic brakes." And he's like, "Oh dear." And I said, "Look, download the manual, work out where the brakes are, and we'll just flick a switch and it'll stop." He said, "That'll fly me over the edge of it." I said, "No, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it."
He's gonna have to put himself a manual brake booster and run some wires.
Oh dear, this thing it's cost him nothing for the unit. It was just the engine was naffed. It was no good. It's an electronic one, you know what I mean? And it's just got an old Kawasaki Sonic 1000cc, whatever it was, just shoved it in and literally welded up. And the way he's done it is mint. But he's forgot one thing: brakes.
Yeah.
So as he goes forward, he has to slow down with his foot, like, quick, get on.
Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, that was that's a UK person, that.
Either that or look for something to hit to stop it.
So I told him to get a micro switch or a switch in the floor and use it wired up that way. He said, "Yeah, I'll try that." And I'm waiting for the air ambulance to come round, you know what I mean, to pick him up because he'll be flying forward as he puts his foot on the brakes.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that was so funny. I want to be there when it happens. Oh.
Yeah, you can say, I created this.
Thanks, Marky. That beard's looking good.
No, it's all right. It's only until the first day of Christmas.
Yeah.
What
happened to yours? You got tired of it already?
Well, I got a haircut last night, and when the wife cut my hair, she went right on down.
Oh no, my missus doesn't do my hair except for the back of my hair when I need to do it. But majority of the time, I'm trying to grow it out until I need to. At the moment, it's keeping my head warm.
Mm-hmm.
I was always afraid to take the clippers to mine because I thought it would look like a cue ball or whatever.
Yeah, but your nickname is Santa. What do you expect? You know what I mean?
You already look like a cue ball on top head. Just shave it off. Then you can be the bald Santa.
Oh, Lordy.
I got to have a little bit of hair, but
Yeah, if
There
you-
ain't much up there.
If you shave that off now, Ed Riley boy wouldn't know what to do when you go on mixed stream.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the other day I was talking to one of the lads, and he said to me his missus was coming behind him. He said, "That's Sparky." He said, "He's got a lovely beard there. He's better than yours." I said, "Yeah, but at least I got mine from the lady. He got from the actual gentleman."
Oh shoot! But
And he didn't know understand that joke.
yeah, we're gonna have to end this stream here shortly because Briggs looks like
know.
he's about ready to start snoring.
I know.
I don't know why you guys ordered snow.
Hey, we like snow.
Just give me 1 day. Give me 1 second.
Yep. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Everybody in the chat, thanks for stopping by. We enjoy doing all this just because everybody's here. And we'll be on tomorrow morning again at 6.
All right, we'll be there.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming in.
No worries. You take care of yourself. Look after everyone.
Okay, you too, Sparky. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, no worries. Look after yourself, Mr. Briggs. Don't get any liver in your face.
No, I gotta go up to the shop because they pulled that deer out of the trailer. They said it's a big 12 point. Come and get it.
Why not?
Oh,
Good day, yourself. Take it easy a lot. See you everyone in
See
the
ya.
chat. See you later, mate.